Round one, fight!
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Tournament Fights. This is episode number 114. We're talking best movies set in the wintertime because for those of us in the western half of the globe, we're in the thick of wintertime right now. If you want to go read about how I almost died on the road last night trying to drive an hour to work where I could literally not see anything outside of my own windshield because the snow was coming down that hard. We got about 2 feet of snow here. I thought we'd have even more, but I had to pull over, and I didn't know if I was pulled over to the side of the road or if I was in the middle of the road. There's snow covering everything, so I literally could not tell. So I was pretty scared. I'm like what semi truck's gonna come flying down and smash into me? But I had my hazard lights on, and I just coasted about 5 miles per hour to a spot where the snow kind of let up a little bit, and a 1 hour drive took me about 3 hours, so it was kind of scary. So, but anyway, these winter movies seem appropriate for that. So, I am your host, Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and we'll go ahead and we'll introduce our crew for tonight. So we have my fill-in co-host for tonight. He's kind enough to do it, Jacob Barber. Hey.
I'm here, feeling a little under the weather. My voice, it's not the greatest, so I'll at least vote for a movie tonight. But that's probably all you're gonna get from me.
Yeah, that's fine. And if you got to talk softly, I'll just crank up my volume every time it's your turn. So yeah, but we also have Malcolm Lay. How's it going?
I mean, I'm representing the not in winter side of the country. Although in saying that, for the weather some parts of the country have been having over the past few weeks, and you'd think we are in winter. So
yeah, well even California, they usually hardly ever get snow. They're getting big snowstorms over there. It's been pretty bad. We haven't gotten as much snow as we usually get, but for the sheer amount of times that it has snowed, it's 2 to 3 times every week that it's snowing. So it's we think that we're gonna change. Yeah, we think we're gonna get a break from it because I drive all day for work, and I'm like, oh shit, it's snowing again. For someone shoot me. but we also have here with us Richie Goodacre.
Hey, I have to use my phone again because my internet conked out when I was about to go on. That's why it took a long time.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, all good. Good to be here. It's I don't know what season it is. It's the first day of something today. Spring, I would say.
Or fall. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah, here, I don't know how it is for you guys. We have 4 seasons here, and I don't know if you guys have 4, but I know some parts of the world it's rainy and dry season. It's that kind of thing. So I don't know how it is for you guys, but
yeah.
Well, cool. So we just got the 4 of us for now. We'll have another person jumping in. Actually, here he is. Right as I said it. So hey, Steven, what's up?
Hey. Yeah, I might actually in 45 minutes. I have something in the freezer that I don't want it to turn to ice.
Okay.
So in about 45 minutes, I'll probably bow out for just 1 minute to go downstairs to make sure it doesn't turn to ice.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I had something in the freezer I didn't want to turn to ice the other day, and it was a soda, and it exploded. And
that's right.
After it exploded. Yeah, I was like, oh.
I got a liter of Coke Zero in the freezer right now.
Yeah, you don't want that exploding. That's bad. So
I just don't want it to ice.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, welcome everyone. I'll explain how it's going to work here. If you haven't tuned into Tournament Fights before, basically it's just a tournament of 64 movies. We just pick the 64 movies that are set in the wintertime. There are no Christmas movies though, so they're all besides Christmas movies, and we just vote round by round until we kind of get a champion. You do have to vote no matter what, even if you haven't seen the movie. And we like to have fun here, so if you want to vote for whatever reason, you like a movie, you hate a movie, you want to cause chaos, or you just want to just, I don't know, be as logical as you can. Whatever you want to do, like it really doesn't matter here. We'll just have fun, and we'll get to a grand champion, and we'll see if we get a unique winner. Because when we get to episode 200, we're going to be doing a big 120 tournament between the first 128 unique movies to ever be on an episode 2 fight. So we'll see how that goes when we get to that one. So
no Die Hard or Die Hard 2.
No, there's not. I can't remember.
Die Hard 2 is already a winner.
Yeah, and Austin may have thrown Die Hard 2 in here. I can't remember. I know that we had talked about it. He made it, even though he's not here. He was nice enough to make the bracket, so it's kind of a surprise for almost everybody. But it might be there because Die Hard 2 it does have that snowmobile scene. So I mean, maybe.
Yeah, but it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that is. It is true. I mean, it's a
movie.
loosely like a Christmas movie, but yeah. So, but with that being said, let's do this.
We're going to play a wonderful game called Who is Your Daddy and What Does He Do?
It's showtime.
What do you say we cut the chit-chat? A-hole!
May I see your invitation, please?
Sure. Here's my invitation.
Let's do this, Schmidt.
Yeah. Just like we always do, Jenkins.
Jacob. Oh, sorry.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
I mean, come on, I just don't see a problem here. Let's just do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm pumped.
You serious?
All right, so got our first matchup here. So Scott Pilgrim versus the World, going up against Orphan. So and we always start at the bottom of the ladder for anyone who doesn't know. So Steven, you'll be first. So what are you gonna go with?
Orphan easily, because I've never been, with the exception of 2 of his movies, I'm not a huge Edgar Wright fan, and Scott Pilgrim is not one of those 2. The funny thing about Orphan is I learned about the twist before the movie came out, and I thought it sounded like the dumbest twist ever, but it actually played okay in the movie. So yeah, Orphan was a pleasant surprise. And it's from the director of House of Wax and a couple of Liam Neeson movies, Unknown, Nonstop.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So and also The Commuter, I think he did as well. So yeah, I'll definitely go with Orphan.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't mind either of these movies, but I feel like Scott Pilgrim gets talked about a lot in this community. It's a good movie, but yeah, I don't know. It maybe leads on a bit overrated at this point. I think it's I do like a lot of there's it's probably the lesser side of Edgar Wright's filmography for me. So, and Orphan I feel is a bit underrated, so I'll go Orphan.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, which one you got?
Yeah, I've never seen Orphan, so I'm gonna go Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. And Jacob, which one you got?
I've also never seen Orphan, so I'll go with some of these.
Yeah, some of the microphones got some feedback.
All right. So yeah, I've never seen Orphan, and I really enjoy Scott Pilgrim. I think it's a pretty decent movie. So in matchups of movies I've seen against movies I haven't seen, they're my favorite because it makes the decision very easy. So Scott Pilgrim, get my vote.
Yeah. I think I've seen Orphan, but if I have, I remember like nothing about it. 'Cause I remember a couple movies set in like blanket on the proper term, like an insane asylum kind of place, I guess. But I just can't remember which is which, and I think that I probably have, but I just don't remember. And I actually really like Scott Pilgrim. Like I don't really care about like people say they're like Scott Pilgrim is a dick to everybody, and like and especially Knives, like he should have treated her better. Sure, but I mean the movie's still fun and it's entertaining to me, and I have a good time with it. And I love how they kind of make it more of like a video game aspect, because I actually have read some of the graphic novels, because when the movie was coming out, I was doing home health care, and one of the guys I was taking care of, his wife was reading Scott Pilgrim, and she was telling me about the movie. She's like, yeah, the series is awesome, and they're going to make it into a movie. If you want to borrow these, you can just read them. And I borrowed them from her, and I read a couple, and they're really good. So I'll go with Scott Pilgrim. So,
all right.
This is why we needed Austin here, because I think he would have gone with Orphan, and then it would have been a tie, and I would be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, right. I would have gone to you. Yep. But we do not have ties tonight. It's only 4 of us.
All right.
So
up next, we got Snowpiercer and Vertical Limit.
Ooh, all right. So
start with Richie.
Richie, yeah.
What? Snowpiercer and what?
Vertical Limit.
Yeah.
A Vertical Limit. Okay. Vertical Limit's all right. Vertical Limit's all right. But Snowpiercer for me. Snowpiercer is a great film. Great sort of dystopian film. So that's Snowpiercer.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say about Snowpiercer versus the Vertical Limit?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Vertical Limit once. I remember enjoying it. I know it's from New Zealand, but I do really like Snowpiercer. So I'm going to go Snowpiercer.
Yeah. Jacob,
I can't remember if I've seen Vertical Limit or not. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But Snowpiercer is really, really good. I love the performance of Chris Evans. I love it, how different each train car is, and them kind of making their way through it. It's really, really good. So I'm gonna go with Snowpiercer.
Yeah, like I think both of these are pretty decent. One of them's a lot better, and that's Snowpiercer. But we'll say Vertical Limit. It's got Bill Paxton and Chris O'Donnell in it. It's got even Ben Mendelsohn and Tamir Morrison in it, so they show up. So I mean, it's fine, but yeah, Snowpiercer is awesome. I think it's really cool how they kind of separate the train out by different classes. You have the poor class in the back, then you have the rich people up front, and for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's just that the governments of the world get together to try to do something to stop global warming, and it backfires, and it puts the Earth into like a perpetual like winter that's just freezing everything, and so they're just stuck on a perpetual motion train that just keeps going and going, and they're able to live that way. So
we're probably really close to that happening in real life, as a lot of the governments are trying to stop global warming.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's a little close to home, yeah, but Chris Evans, he's great. Ed Harris too, and then you got Tilda Swinton in there. This is a pretty decent little cast, and I swear that I've seen there's an Asian guy's named Kang Ho Song in it, and I swear that I've seen him in like something, probably some Korean movie that I've watched before, but
maybe Parasites.
Yeah, he might be in Parasite. He has some pretty cool fight scenes though in it. So, but and we have this little inside joke between me and my mom and my sister, because they're all big Chris Evans fans, and they're like, "Did he take his shirt off in it?" And I'm like, "Well, it's the middle of the winter time and like way too cold, so probably not." And they're like, "Did he take his shirt off and pierce the snow?" Like they just like coming up with like weird things because they'd never heard it. Like, what's this movie Snowpiercer? And I was telling them, like, you got to see it. You should check it out. Like, it's really good. And they're like, all right, we'll check it out. So I got them to finally watch it. But yeah, so I'm gonna vote Snowpiercer. But Steven? What do you think?
I haven't seen Snowpiercer. I have seen Vertical Limit, and that's why I'm going with Snowpiercer.
yeah. Vertical Limit's all right, but so it'll be Snowpiercer.
All right. Up next, it's Cliffhanger and Winter's Tale.
Ooh, all right. And it'll be Malcolm first.
I haven't actually seen either of these movies because I think on when I was doing the latter series of one, I think I mistook Winter's Tale for mixed up Winter's Tale and Winter's Bone on one of them.
Okay,
Until someone corrected me that and I picked it up, but haven't seen either of these. I'm going to go Winter's Tale because it's got winter in the name.
Sure, yeah. Jacob, what do you think?
I also haven't seen either of these movies, but people that talk about cliffhangers talk about how fun of a movie it is. So I'm gonna go Cliffhanger. I'd probably watch that one first.
Yeah. I've never seen it. Winter's Tale. I heard kind of mixed things because you got Colin Farrell in there. I think Will Smith shows up, doesn't he?
Will Smith plays the devil.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So
it's just a cameo.
Yeah. It's a cameo from the actual devil. His name is Will Smith. Yeah, but Cliffhanger is great. Like I really like John Lithgow as the villain, and then you got Sylvester Stallone. You got that scene right on the poster that they parody in Ace Ventura: Nature Calls. So yeah, it's a fun time, and I haven't seen Winter's Tale, so I'll vote for Cliffhanger. Steven?
I actually love both of these movies.
Oh.
Even though I know I'm in the minority in Winter's Tale because largely most people don't like it. Even though admittedly it does feel rather truncated and rushed. I think it probably would have worked better as a limited series than as a movie. But that was before the limited series craze, so
yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to Winter's Tale. Even though I love Cliffhanger, John Lithgow's a great villain, and I love the score to the movie too.
Well, yeah, we'll give a little love to Winter's Tale. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I'll get myself sorted in a second. I haven't seen Winter's Tale. I'll go Cliffhanger because that rules.
Yeah. Yep. So I think it'll be Cliffhanger.
Yeah, 3-2 for Cliffhanger.
Right.
All right. Up next, we have Little Women. I don't know what year that one is.
I believe that's
the Winona Ryder one.
Yeah, the 90s.
94.
Yeah. And then up against Eternal Sunshine.
Yep, so Eternal Sunshine, and it is me first.
Yeah.
And another easy one, movie I've seen against a movie I haven't seen, and so this time I'm going with Eternal Sunshine. I think it's one of Jim Carrey's best performances. Great story. I love all the supporting cast in here as well. So I didn't mean to upset Richie with that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So I'm curious to see Little Women. I liked the 2019 one enough that it made me curious as to, what other, adaptations look like. So I'll probably get to it at some point, but right now I'm going to go with Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like Eternal Sunshine, but I do feel like it comes up here a lot, and probably for good reason. But for whatever reason, like I'm not a big period piece guy, but man, these Little Women movies, for whatever reason, like I do really enjoy them. Like I think that they're a fun and interesting time, and yeah, like I actually really like this one with Winona Ryder. You got Kristen Dunst in there, Christian Bale, Susan Sarandon in there. I even like the little appearance from like Donald Logue, like he shows up in it too. So yeah, I'm actually gonna vote for Little Women this round. We'll see what happens. But Steven, what do you think?
I'll go with Eternal Sunshine, but I will say I think this version of Little Women is way better than the just okay 2019 one with Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah, and Florence Pugh and all them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I think that movie's okay, but it's definitely overrated. But I gotta go with just barely, because these two are very close to me, but just barely Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. Well, Richie,
I'm back on a computer because I've got a phone speaker that's horrendous. That's why we hear all the feedback all the time.
Oh, okay.
So cool. Rebooted my Wi-Fi. I haven't seen this version of Little Women. I probably will. I'm sure we'll keep getting versions of Little Women until until the dawn, into the end of time. Much like when Aliens comes up with Austin, I'm probably always going to vote for Eternal Sunshine. It's not my favorite like it is a JPO, but it's up there, so I'm going to go Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah.
Little Women, this version has a pretty stacked cast because Christian Bale's in it, Susan Sarandon, Gabriel Byrne.
Yep.
Kirsten
Claire Danes.
Dunst, Claire Danes. Lots of people.
Yeah, like I would recommend it if you're not into period pieces. Like you may surprise yourself. I know I did, but Malcolm, what do you think?
As someone that loves the amazing 2019 version of Little Women,
I'm actually with you there.
But I haven't actually seen the 90s one. I've been wanting to get to it, and knowing Austin, this might be the only version that he's put in here. I'm not too sure if he's put multiple versions in. And so just going on the logic that we do see Eternal Sunshine a lot, and Eternal Sunshine has won a tournament, I'm going to go for the 90s Little Woman.
Yeah.
All right, and Eternal Sunshine moves on.
Yay!
It was close. But...
It was close. Yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, you will be up first for Arctic and Ice Age.
Is this the first Ice Age?
It looks like Dawn of the Dinosaurs, maybe.
I think so. Yeah, it is.
Based on the poster.
Yeah, it's Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Yeah. And I've never seen Arctic, but I know that it's like a Mads Mikkelsen movie. I mean, it's right there on the poster, but still, like it's. I don't really know that much. I remember seeing a trailer, and the trailers looked pretty good. Like when I want to see it, and you know what? Actually, because I'm such a big fan of the first two. I don't know, like where this one falls. I don't know. I think it's like third or something like that. But like then they just kind of just milked the franchise and just kept on like making more and more
like
movies.
Land Before Time.
Like exactly. Like the first couple are good, and then it just gets ridiculous after a little bit. So actually, I've never seen Arctic, but I'm curious to check it out. So I'll vote Arctic. Yeah. Steven?
I haven't seen Arctic. The only Ice Age movie I've seen is the first one. And I like the first one, but none of the sequels ever really looked that appealing. First one was good enough. So I'll go with Arctic.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie?
I haven't seen Arctic. I like Mads Mikkelsen though. I think he's a great actor. Dawn of the Dinosaurs isn't great. So I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go Arctic. Arctic. That movie.
Yeah, I wish that I could do a Ray Romano impression because that voice gets a little weird to me. It's the big woolly mammoth, like just him. Yeah, like you always seem like he's kind of soaking around her or something. I don't know, but Malcolm.
I mean, Raymond is probably sulking because he doesn't want to be there doing the move anymore.
Probably.
Yeah, he's like,
It's probably
sign on for 5 of these.
Yeah.
But the fact that we've got this Ice Age makes me think all the other Ice Ages are coming up. So
Yeah.
it makes me think the other Little Women's are probably there too. At least some of them anyway.
Yeah.
But I've seen Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs, that's why I'm voting Arctic.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
Let's document this moment. Let's mark this down in history because I am the only one on the panel that's seen a movie. That never happened. I've seen Arctic, and Arctic is really, really good. Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen gives an incredible performance. It's almost like he's the only one in the movie for the majority of it. So the premise is he's stranded on this on a remote, like snow-covered area. Obviously, it's set in winter, and plane crash, and he has to decide whether to wait for rescue or try to make it on his own. And yeah, it's a really good movie. Really showed that Mads Mikkelsen is a great actor because his performance is incredible, and the right movie is absolutely moving on because Arctic is really good, and I would highly recommend it.
Well, I told Austin when I was making this, we're going over the list, and he's like Arctic, what's that? Never heard of that before. Like, okay, we'll put it on the list, I guess. So yeah, so he hasn't seen it.
It's really good.
Nice.
Yeah,
and also
and just to prove to everybody that I've seen it, here it is, right here.
Oh, you actually
right here.
Nice.
I mean, that doesn't actually. I mean, I believe you, but like you've got a lot of movies in your collection you haven't seen.
Yeah.
But that one doesn't have the plastic on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And also, I told my friend Sarah that I'd shout her out when she tunes in. So, what's up, Sarah? She's just in the chat watching. So, but looks like we have
Hannah going up against Cold Pursuit.
All right.
We're back down to the bottom.
I'm Steven. Yeah.
I love most Liam Neeson movies, but I never got around to seeing Cold Pursuit. I love Hannah.
You might like it. Yeah.
I mean, it's Liam Neeson, so probably. Unless it's like, one of his bad ones, like Black Light or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but I have seen Hannah. I love Hannah. I think it's a great movie. I saw like a couple of episodes of the TV show. Meant to finish it, but never got around to finish the TV show. One of these days I will. But I'll go with Hannah.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
This proves that like a lot of the Liam Neeson movies blend together because I'm like, oh, Cold Pursuit, I think I've seen that, but I'm like, oh wait, no, that's Ice Road. that's probably going to come out. That Ice Road movie that came out a couple of years ago. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't think it's called Cold Pursuit. I think, I
think Cold Pursuit is about him like getting like revenge and finding the people that like killed his son or something.
Yeah. Like there's
something like that. It has to do with like Russian mafia guys.
This movie was infamous because he decided to tell a very personal story at a press junket and almost got cancelled. And it's like, I mean, like, look, I understand that what he was doing, but if I was a PR, I'm like, man, maybe don't tell that story here. Anyway, So I mean, I might see, like Liam Neeson movies. Why not? I'll put on, on a Sunday afternoon if it's, whatever. So I might see it. But Hannah's a good movie. I've seen that, so I'll see it. I'll go Hannah.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
I haven't seen Hannah. I think I've seen Cold Pursuit. I know I haven't seen the Ice Road, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I'll probably expect the Ice Road to pop up later on anyway as well.
Probably. Yep.
But yeah, just because I think I've seen Cold Pursuit, I've not seen Hannah. I don't think I've even seen the TV show, but I'm gonna go Cold Pursuit.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't seen Hannah, but I'm a fan of Saoirse Ronan, so I'll probably get to it eventually. But I've seen Cold Pursuit, and yeah, well, it is a generic Liam Neeson action movie. It's one of the generic Liam Neeson action movies that works for me. So I'll go Cold Pursuit.
Yeah. And I've seen both of these, and I actually really like Cold Pursuit. I think Cold Pursuit is a good time. Like it just the thing where he's a snowplow driver, and his son dies under like just some mysterious circumstances, you could say, and then he just has to go up against these drug lord guys that are from Russia, and so he kind of goes after them to like take them all down to get revenge, kind of thing. And it's pretty good. But the funny thing is that it's just set in Colorado. It's not set in like Russia or anything. So he's, but like all the Russian mafia is in Colorado. So, but Hannah's really good. I actually really like it. Just the relationship between Eric Bana and Saoirse Ronan. I think that's really good, and that there's really cool kind of fight scenes and chase scenes and things like that. And then you throw in Kate Blanchett into the mix, and yeah, I think that's a pretty good movie. So I'll vote for Hannah, I think. So.
All right, so Hannah, we'll move on.
Hannah. The name is like two of my ex-girlfriends. Ugh. Like not a good name, and I'm fond
And
of.
it's in the palindrome too, so it's the same, right?
Yeah, right.
Right.
But
Trapped in Paradise going up against the remake of The Thing.
Okay, I hear
I think The Thing's going to make it pretty easily, but we could go through quick because I do like Trapped in Paradise. So
this is the remake.
Yeah,
of
right.
The Thing.
It's the remake of the remake.
Well, the prequel, but
the prequel, Joel Edgerton and Mary
Elizabeth Winstead. Yeah. Okay.
This is not correct.
Oh, so this isn't the one from the 80s? I thought it was
it's not the 80s.
Joel Edgerton.
Oh, okay. Then we might have a match on our hands. All right. Richie.
Yeah, I haven't seen Trapped in Paradise. Do they get trapped in a snow globe or something? That'd be kind of fun.
They get trapped in like a small town during winter time, and they can't get out. But they have really good luck though. They actually like being in this town. That's what happens to them.
Okay, that might be kind of cool. Is that Nick Cage?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Okay.
You got Nick Cage. You got
Carvey's in that too.
You got Dana Carvey, and you got John Lovitz.
Oh, that's an interesting cast. I might watch it.
Yeah.
And the prequel remake, the remake of the remake prequel thing of The Thing is okay. It's not great, but I've seen it, so I guess I'll go with The Thing.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
I'm going to vote for The Thing because Trapped in Paradise is a Christmas movie because it's come up on a few Christmas lists.
It's like another kind of loose one, but yeah. Jacob, what do you think?
Well, I have not heard good things about The Thing, and that cast really has me intrigued for Trapped in Paradise, so I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, and actually, if one of you remember, they're trying to rob a bank, and then it just all goes wrong, but then they end up trapped in this town, and then all the people there kind of soften their hearts, and then just like one of those movies. So yeah, but yeah, and I do not like the remake of The Thing, so I prefer the 80s one, which is still a remake, but I prefer it much more. So I'll vote for Trapped in Paradise. Steven.
I actually haven't heard anything good about Trapped in Paradise. That movie got pretty terrible reviews, but I still want to see it eventually. The Thing's okay. The Thing is okay. I'll go with, since I've seen it, and since it's okay, not great, but okay. I'll go with The Thing.
Yeah. This is The Thing.
Wow.
So Stephen, you live in Pennsylvania. Have you been to Intercourse?
I think it's not that far from me, actually.
Really? That's funny. All right.
Is that why? Is that where Trapped in Paradise takes place?
Well, Trapped in Paradise takes place in Paradise, Pennsylvania, but in searching up that city, I found that there's a place called Intercourse.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's also a place called Blue Ball, or is it Blue Bell? I can't remember. But there's always a bunch of funny names for cities and towns.
Well, it's like Australia. They got all those weird names. They got like
like street names that you should show me. Yeah, they're mainly named after birds.
They got weird street names, weird towns named after Bum or Wibbly Wobbly or like all these weird stuff like Wanker and like all it's weird. But yeah, The Long Kiss Goodnight versus Misery. So, and I think it's Malcolm.
But yeah, I still haven't seen Misery. One of these days, I'll eventually get around to it.
I think you'll love it. Watch Misery.
Yeah, yeah, you actually will like it.
I mean, it's based on a Stephen King book. I'm probably going to like it. It's just more of a case of I've never really got around to it, and it's just never popped up on streaming services for me. Yeah, I mean, I've seen The Long Kiss Goodnight. It's a really fun action movie. So I'm going to go Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah, Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I've actually seen both these movies. First time I can say that tonight, and I for whatever reason I didn't care for The Long Kiss Goodnight. Some of the action was good, but the story overall just didn't hit for me. But Misery, it's really good Stephen King adaptation. At least from what I've seen. I've never read the book, so what do I know? But I really like the movie we got. And yeah, that scene where she does the thing with the boom and the boom, like I still cringe every time I watch that. It's oh my goodness. So I'm gonna go with Misery.
You made it sound like a lightsaber.
Yeah,
that was an unintentional sound. That's just because I'm sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen The Long Kiss Goodnight, but I was just looking up the synopsis about it, and I guess Gina Davis is one of those like she's a government assassin, but she gets amnesia and she discovers she's like well trained in like hand-to-hand combat. So it sounds interesting, but Misery is great. It's like one of the best horror movies of all time. Like it's one that's just outside my 128, but it's pretty close. So I think Kathy Bates is great. She's actually like one of my favorite actresses. Actually, like I like when she pops up in anything. So yeah, I'll go with Misery. Steven?
Both of these are great, but I've seen The Long Kiss Goodnight way more. I just, it's written by Shane Black, directed by Rennie Harlan. Great chemistry between Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis. I love the action. I love The Long Kiss Goodnight, so I'm going with The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty hard for me because I love Misery. I came to it pretty late. I only watched it maybe like a year and a half ago. It's really good. I love it. And yeah, Long Kiss Goodnight. I love Shane Black's writing, and yeah, it's really good. It's just because I don't know. I have to go with Misery. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope Long Kiss Goodnight comes up here again. Maybe we could do a Sam Jackson tournament.
yeah, we actually will do it. I can't remember what we're gonna put him against, like Will Smith or something, maybe.
Maybe Lawrence Fishburne. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, honestly, you could put Samuel Jackson in a list on his own.
Yeah,
you could probably do a 128 of Sam Jackson.
yeah, probably. Yeah, he's been in all kinds of stuff, but Groundhog Day versus March of the Penguins. So I believe it's Jacob or
it's me first, and I still have not seen Groundhog Day, but I've also not seen March of the Penguins. So we got to go with the logic. If both of these were in front of me, which one would I choose to watch first? Probably Groundhog Day. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Austin that we should have Farce of the Penguins on here. If you ever seen that before, that's like narrated by Bob Saget, and it's just like a weird kind of like parody of the March of the Penguins. But it's got a lot of big like names in it in that one. But Yeah, I think March of the Penguins is great. If we had Chris Scott on here, he'd vote for it because he has an obsession with penguins. It's kind of like those people that like collect things of all one animal, like his is penguins. So, but Groundhog Day is great though. Yeah, it's like one of the best time loop movies. Like it's actually like the standard that like a lot of time loop movies look to, and yeah, it's really funny. Like I always quote like lines just like watch that first step, it's a doozy, or like Ned Ryerson who just punches him right in the face to Steven Jablonski or whatever. So yeah, I think that it's a great time, one of Bill Murray's funniest movies. So I gotta go Groundhog Day. Steven?
I mean, Groundhog Day was in my 128, and unless I'm like I'm not usually into documentaries unless I'm like really into the subject matter that it's doing, and a documentary about penguins doesn't really appeal to me. So Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Well, they're one of the only species that mate for life, or you can come up with all the little facts or like whenever. So yeah, or like the male penguin sits on the egg, like facts I learned from March of the Penguin. So, but Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't seen March of the Penguins yet. I feel like March of the Penguins is a movie I could probably put on just like in the background and maybe like fall asleep to, just to fall asleep to Morgan Freeman's soothing voice.
Yeah,
and then I just him tell me penguin facts and I don't even have to look at the screen. But yeah, like Groundhog Day is great. It is great, so I'm gonna go there.
Yeah. Well, Malcolm, what do you think?
Funny enough, talking about Fast the Penguin, Samuel Jackson's in that. He's a narrator.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, with this one, I'm going to be the loophole guy today because why not? I know you said at the start that if a movie's primarily set in like snow and that it's counting for this, but unless there's proof that March Penguins take place in winter, specifically in the winter time, I'm going to vote for Groundhog Day.
It's cold. There's ice. It could be.
Yeah, it's cold and icy. Yeah, so that's all we know. So, but all right, let's see.
Have Abominable.
Oh, that's what that is. Abominable.
Abominable going up against Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I should have worn my Abominable shirt that I got from working at AMC Theaters. They gave me one. So, but it's me first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Abominable is not good. Like it just is. Like I mean, it's not like the worst movie out there, but I just didn't really care for it. But the Chronicles of Narnia, especially the first one is the best one, and yeah, just I grew up reading all the books as a kid. I used to have a little set, and I don't know whatever happened. I think my parents got rid of it eventually over time, but yeah, it's really good. Tilda Swinton as the White Witch, and then Liam Neeson again as Aslan. So yeah, I think it's great. So, and I kind of hope that the rumors are going to continue it. I don't know if it's continuation or like a reboot or like what's happening. But
I think they're doing the fourth one, aren't they? But but it's also going to act as a reboot.
Yeah. So I'm going to vote for Chronicles of Narnia. Yeah. Steven.
See, I disagree that the first one's the best. I actually liked Prince Caspian more.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen Abominable, so I will go. But I'll go with the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
I think we'll come to discover that Liam Neeson loved to film during the winter time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But it's just his voice this time, so he was probably in a nice, comfortable room away from winter.
Probably in a nice, cozy, sound booth.
No, they cranked that AC up to like 36 just to put it in the right
even when it's really cold. Yeah. I haven't seen Abominable. I was worried when it came back to me because I was not going to be able to pronounce that fucking title to that fucking movie. Abominable.
Abominable.
Abominable. Let me go. That's like a John Travolta movie. Phenomenon.
Yeah.
Abominable. Anyway, So, but I don't know. I might see it one day. My nephew's young, so I might, I might watch it when I'm over at his. The first Narnia is pretty good, so I'll go Narnia.
It's funny. I was looking up the cast for Abominable, and it has Eddie Izzard in it. And when I looked at it, I thought it was Meryl Streep for a second. I'm like, what the frick? Like he's not looking very good in his old age. But,
okay.
But Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I just had to double check that this isn't the one with LeBron James because they both came out around the same time. But LeBron James was his Bullfoot. But fun fact: one of the actors in Abominable is the nephew of Tenzing Norgay, who climbed Mount Everest with Sherman Hillary.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, that was just an interesting fact that I found out. I was like, yeah, I'm going to mention it.
Sure.
But yeah, I actually do like Abominable. I'm not over the moon about it though. But I do think it's a really good movie. But Narnia: Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe is a great movie. And yeah, I'm curious to see sort of what happens sort of if this Netflix series continues or if it's pretty much dead in orders. It's been in development for God knows how long. I don't know if it's even happening anymore.
Yeah, who knows? But Jacob, what do you think?
I've not actually seen Abominable. Surprise! The animated movie I haven't seen. It happens. But Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe is really good. I have a lot of fun with it. And all the characters and just the adventure and the world of Narnia. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, well, if you go back to Malcolm to rank them, where we did best DreamWorks movies, I wore my Abominable shirt there, and it did not make the list. So it's not that good. So
it's probably one of
Liam Neeson.
Out of all the DreamWorks movies, it's probably one of the most unseen one, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, more Liam Neeson. He loves those winter movies.
Malcolm's the only one who'll get this reference, but I found it funny when your friend Sarah said "March of the Penguins" sucks. I'm just imagining going to Kelly Tarleton's and just going, "Hey, March of the Penguins sucks." Oh, that's a movie. Anyway, Kelly Tarleton's is like where you see penguins and stuff. It's in like New Zealand. Anyway, cool.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, for this matchup, the Gray versus Mystery Alaska, I think it's Steven first.
What do you mean? You're hearing everything.
I actually really enjoyed Mystery Alaska. But I got to go with the Gray. It's my second favorite, maybe third favorite Liam Neeson movie. So, yeah, I got to go with the Gray.
Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you think?
I like the Gray. I think it's good, but I love Mystery Alaska. I think it's underrated. I think it's a great comedy. It's very funny. Russell Crowe's great in it. Hank Azaria is great in it.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of heart to it. So I'm going to go Mystery Alaska.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
I haven't seen either these. The Gray is probably one of the ones I may try to catch before Sunday, even though from what I've heard, the animal tax sense is only a small part of it. But I'm going to go. I really like Mike Myers. I'm probably going to go Mystery Alaska.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
I haven't seen the Gray. Have really no desire. Even though generic Liam Neeson action movies.
It's not a generic Liam Neeson action movie.
Any Liam Neeson movie that's come out in the last 10 years is a generic Liam Neeson action movie, in my opinion. That's just the way I'm going to describe them. No, I'll take your word for it. but maybe I'll get around to it then. But I've heard great things about Mystery Alaska, so that one's gonna get my vote.
Yeah. I've seen both of these, and I do like them both, but I didn't like the Gray much as I was hoping to. But I actually love Mystery Alaska. That movie was great. Yeah, Russell Crowe, he's great. You got Burt Reynolds thrown in there too, and then Hank Azaria, and then you also have this guy. His name's Kevin Durand. He was on Lost. He played like Martin Kiwi, like one of the guys that like infiltrates in the later season of Lost. But and then Mike Myers too. So yeah, I
William
think that
Fichtner is in it, I believe.
Oh yeah, William Fichtner, even Colm Meaney from Star Trek. Yeah, so yeah, I think that that's great. I think Colm Meaney plays like one of the like either the mayor or like one of the guys representing the town. But so yeah, I'm gonna vote for Mystery Alaska. So
is the Grey the prequel to the prequel to The Hobbit?
Not quite, but
it's a prequel to 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, just Grey. Yeah, Grey.
That.
You're a young Dorian Gray.
Richie will be up first for The Day After Tomorrow and Frozen 2.
Oh,
right.
2 movies I haven't seen. Look, I'm not Frozen. I mean, I saw Summer Frozen. Everybody saw Summer Frozen. If you were at a kid's place, that in 2013 or 14 where it came out. Oh, 15. I don't know. I should be the movie release dates guy.
Well, Frozen 2 came out in like 2019 or something.
2019, yeah, I know. But yeah, so I mean, I'd see it if like my nephew puts it on at some point. But if he loves me, he won't put it on. And subject me to that. So I guess, but it's more my speed, and Jake Gyllenhaal's in it, so I'll go Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, so I actually did quite enjoy Frozen 2. I think I actually like it a little bit more than the first one, if I'm being honest. But that being said, I'm a really big fan of The Day After Tomorrow. I honestly can't. I think it made my 128, or if not, it's really close to it. But I'm gonna go Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah, Jacob, what do you think?
So I have not seen The Day After Tomorrow, but I have seen Frozen 2, and I really enjoyed Frozen 2. I thought it was better than Frozen. Yeah. So I'm gonna go Frozen 2.
Yeah.
Kristoff's song, and by the way, Kristoff's song and the whole like. It's almost like a music video in the movie. It's awesome. I still listen to that song.
Nice. Well, like I'm on record as saying that for the most part, I hate everything about Frozen. Like I just don't care. I don't like the series. I just find it annoying and kind of grating. But like, if I were to just pick one that I like better, it'd probably be Frozen 2 because it has some darker things in it. Like it has where you think Elsa is pretty much dead, and then there's like a sad scene with like Olaf, and then also there's a thing where you think Olaf is dead, and then like how they bring him back is kind of cool too. So yeah. But the Day After Tomorrow though, like I like it. I like Dennis Quaid and Jake Gyllenhaal in there. I mean, it's not the greatest as far as like those disaster movies go, but I think they kind of do some cooler things with like wolves than the Grey does. So, and yeah, I think it's a good time. So I'll vote for The Day After Tomorrow. Steven?
Day After Tomorrow is okay. You know what? Frozen 2 took some chances that I was pleasantly surprised about, and so because of that, and because it's actually a pretty solid sequel, I will go with Frozen 2.
Yeah.
A little love for Frozen 2, but The Day After Tomorrow takes it 3-2.
And to be fair, no one's ever seen The Day After Tomorrow because The Day After Tomorrow just becomes tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no one's seen that yet. All right.
Well, we have another Ice Age movie. This time it is Continental Drift going up against Serendipity. And I believe we're at Malcolm.
Oh, it's Continental Drift. Okay.
Yeah, so Serendipity is another one of those Christmas adjacent movies. And which I say is that Continental Drift? Did you say
Continental Drift? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to go for my loophole for this one because I don't. There's only a couple Ice Ages I want to see move on, and that's not one of them. So, Serendipity.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I have seen Ice Age Continental Drift, which is why I am voting for Serendipity.
Yeah. It's interesting. I've never seen Serendipity because growing up, I always thought that it was like the like quintessential rom com. Like when like people talk about rom com, it's like the most rommiest of the rom com with like the romance and the cheesiness and all that stuff like in it. So it kind of like made me not want to see it. I'm like oh, that doesn't seem like it's for me. So I haven't seen it. So. But I think Continental Drift was the second one, I believe. And
no, it's the fourth one. It's the one that came after Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
It's the fourth
one. Oh, it's that one. See, they all blend together. I'm just like, well, like which is which? Because I like the first two, but if it's that one, then probably not so much. But yeah, I haven't seen Serendipity, but why not? It'll get a pass here just because. So, Steven?
I have not seen, like I said, I've only seen the first Ice Age. But I love Serendipity. It didn't make my top 128, but it came close. I mean, it was in my initial list of like 200 plus movies that I had before I had to whittle it down to just 128.
Yep.
So, it's the movie, movie that made me fall in love with Kate Beckinsale. She's great in it. And Eugene Levy is hilarious. And so, yeah, I'll go with Serendipity.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah. What are you eating there, Stephen? I'm curious.
It's just rice.
Huh?
It's just rice.
Oh, okay. I went on a date with the chick to see Ice Age Continental Drift, and she was a bitch the whole time. So,
probably because you took her to see Ice Age Continental Drift.
I didn't know if it was going to be that. There was nothing else on. Okay, show me some respect. Yeah, and then I mean, and I don't know if she broke up with me because of this movie, but I'm going to blame this movie. I'm definitely going to run this movie. And Serendipity is kind of cute. It's far-fetched as hell, but you turn your brain off, and it's kind of fun. So I'll go Serendipity.
Yeah, it's a pass.
Wait for Serendipity.
Well, all right. Let's see what else we
up
got.
Next, we have 30 Days of Night going up against You've Got Mail.
All right. And is it you, Jacob?
Yeah, it's me first. Haven't seen either of these movies. But 30 Days of Night has a really cool poster, so it gets my vote.
Yeah. I have not seen 30 Days of Night. I have seen You've Got Mail, and I think that it's fun. I think that it's a good time. It's definitely like the technology is kind of a little outdated, but I mean them just like going back and forth through like AOL. You got mail or whatever, but and I really want to see 3 Days of Night, but out of all the kind of like Universal Studios style of monster, like if you have a movie that's about, like I know it's not a Universal monster movie, but like if you have like vampires, werewolves, mummies, like all these different things, vampires are my least favorite of those kind of monsters. So I think I'm probably just gonna go with You've Got Mail. Like I think that that's fun. I'm not like over the moon about it, but I think it is a good time. And also fun seeing Dave Chappelle. Who would have thought he'd be in a movie like that? So yeah, You've Got Mail. Steven.
30 Days of Night is a great use of location because it takes place in Alaska where, it's like dark for, I guess, I don't remember, but I guess because of the title, it's 30 days.
Right back.
You've Got Mail is my favorite of the 3 90s movies that Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks did together. So I will go with You've Got Mail.
All right. Richie.
Yeah, 30 Days of Night's a pretty good horror movie here. Josh Hartnett, I believe Melissa George, am I right? I don't know.
Melissa George, yep.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. I enjoy it, and You Got Mail is pretty good as well. Pretty charming. Why not? I'm gonna give some love to You Got Mail.
All right, Malcolm.
I haven't seen 30 Days of Night. Once again, it's another movie that was filmed in New Zealand. Which is funny considering it's set in America, but
it's kind of interesting. A place that gets like literally no snow.
I mean, all I know about it is it's based on a comic book. That's all I really know about it. But I love You've Got Mail, so I'm going to go with You've Got Mail.
Yeah.
All right, You've Got Mail. We'll move on.
Got Mail. All right.
All right, Jordan, you will be up first for
another
Ice Age.
Okay.
Against the Ice Harvest.
All right.
I believe that's just the first one.
Okay. Sounds good. I've heard of the Ice Harvest. I literally have no idea what it is about. So I'm just trying to see the cast. I just know John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton, and that's it. So, Ice Age. As far as Ice Age movies goes, I actually love the first 2. I think that they're great. I love what they do with Scrat. I love the voice cast with it, because let's say what you want about Ray Romano, like it is a unique choice, and then you throw in Dennis Leary. I think he's good, and then John Leguizamo. I think they're all fun, and I think that this one is a lot better written when you have the little baby that they have to kind of take care of and stuff, and especially that scene where they're going down like an ice slide to this ice cave, and you see the baby just laughing and giggling, just sliding down the thing. I think that's fun too, and I wouldn't mind seeing. I don't know if we've ever gotten it, that I'm aware of, but a whole movie just based on the Scrat character, or if you got a series, or if you had that. But I'll vote for Ice Age. I think so. Yeah, Steven.
I saw the Ice Harvest when it came out in theaters. I vaguely remember it, but I do remember enjoying it a lot. I'll go with the Ice Harvest.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, I've heard of the Ice Harvest, but this is no brainer. I've seen Ice Age probably about 4 or 5 times. I saw it once at school. I think the teacher that was at the end of the year. And I'm I don't want to teach. I'm just gonna bring in the TV and put Ice Age on, and it was fun. So, I know you say what you will about Ray Romano. The only one slamming him here, Jordan, is you. Ray Romano's cool. So
I like Ray Romano. I just think that he is a funny sounding voice. That's the only thing. I actually do like it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I know it's a really good movie, and I think they made too many sequels. That was the issue. Anyway, and R.I.P. Blue Sky Studios. Ice Age.
Which is funny because they have a theme park somewhere. I was looking up odd theme parks. They have one, I think it's Malaysia or something. That was supposed to be a studio based on all these blue sky properties. They even have an Ice Age ride there, and they got a few other things. And then it kind of turned into 20th Century Fox. They were going to have an Alien versus Predator ride and a bunch of things. And then once Blue Sky went away, which was a lot of their properties, they kind of put like Fox said, no, you can't use all these other properties, and it screwed them out of millions of dollars. So it's kind of interesting. So, but they do have, I think, they got a Transformers ride that's better than what they have at Universal Studios. They got a few kind of interesting rides over there. you look it up, it's on YouTube. But anyways, Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I googled the Ice Harvest just to find out what it was. It's surprisingly it's directed by Harold Ramis, which I didn't know about.
Oh wow.
But yeah, but also the first 3 words is on the plot is on Christmas Eve. So
Oh, really?
I'm going to put it on stage.
I guess it's a Christmas movie. Who knew? But Jacob.
I've never even heard of the Ice Harvest until now, and I really enjoy the first Ice Age, so I'm going to go with Ice Age.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Hey, you guys, I need you guys to prepare yourselves because this is the match. There was one matchup that could be a potential finals matchup. It is coming up. Just now, you guys are prepared.
All right.
We have Fargo going up against Wind River.
Oh, frick, you're right. Dang.
And Steven's first.
I mean, I'm not as big on Fargo as most people are. I like it, but
way to kill the tension there, Steven.
I like it. I don't love it. So I'll go with Wind River pretty easily, actually.
Yeah. All right. Well, Richie, what do you think?
That's hard. But yeah, I probably like Fargo just a bit better, more. Fargo, I love Coen Brothers. Yeah, I still think it's one of Coen Brothers' best. And yeah, I think it's a fantastic. TV show's fantastic. So yeah, but yeah, I think Fargo rules. So I'm gonna go Fargo.
Yeah, and well, I'll get to my thoughts on my turn. I'll wait. Malcolm, go ahead.
One of my biggest blind spots is actually Fargo. I haven't got around to watching that. I've kind of found this new podcast called the Movie Ladder Podcast, and basically what they're going to do is like they're going to start off with a movie, which the one they started off with is Fargo, and then each episode they're going to make a connection to from Fargo to a different movie, and they'll talk about that movie. So it's like they keep just sort of making connections, like building up a ladder. So like by the end of the year, they'll have like they may have watched like Fargo, and they've somehow found a way connected to Rise of Skywalker, and then so on and so forth. So I thought that would be interesting. But I've decided I'm going to actually watch the movies as I go along that, and I just haven't got around to Fargo. I love Wind River. I'm going to vote Wind River.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi starring in The Rise of Skywalker. Right? No, just kidding. But Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I love both of these movies. I think both movies have really great performances all around. But probably just the one that I've been going back to, and I'm on a high right now for Wind River. I've actually rewatched it a few times recently. I think it's great. So Wind River is going to get my vote.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think that these are both great. I mean, like this is one of the better Coen Brothers movies here with Fargo. Like I think that's really good. But the thing is, though, they made that TV series, and that TV series is like an all-timer for me. Like it's top 10, if not maybe even top 5 for me. Like it's that good. And the score on the TV series too, I think even outdoes what the movie here. And yeah, but Fargo's still great though. Like I still think it's great. But yeah, I've been pretty high on Wind River ever since I saw it last year, and like I want to go back to it and rewatch it for sure. Like I'm probably due for a rewatch about now, and yeah, Elizabeth Olsen just gives a powerhouse performance. I think like she can act. Like she is really good, and Jeremy Renner. I don't know if he's out of the hospital yet. I imagine
he's been out for a while.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. But I know his injuries were pretty extensive, so I wasn't sure. But yeah, I'll vote for Wind River though. Steven?
All right.
Oh yeah, you were first.
Wind River moving on. That's the end of this side.
All right.
Yeah, we're making decent timing.
Yeah, we are. There's only 5 of us, and some of us are talking shorter than others, so that's good.
All right. Up first on this side, and we'll start with Richie for Dead Snow and St. Elmo's Fire.
All right. I haven't seen either of these. I think Dead Snow. From what I've heard, is like it's not as fun as it kind of seems like it would be. And St. Elmo's Fire is a classic, so I'll go Saint. It's supposed to be classic, so probably more get around to St. Elmo's Fire. But Dead Snow is my kind of thing, but I'll probably go St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah. Well, Malcolm, what do you think?
You're muted.
Oh.
Didn't realize I did a Stephen, but but yeah, I haven't seen either of these movies. But I'm going to go for the one I'm more intrigued about, and that's Dead Snow, surprisingly enough.
Yeah. Jacob.
Same exact vote. That poster for Dead Snow, it's reeling me in.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, like, I could really go either way because I haven't seen either one. So these are two blind spots for me. But I did watch the trailer for St. Elmo's Fire. I haven't really watched anything for Dead Snow other than just I read the synopsis. But yeah, it just seems like a cool kind of like ensemble cast with like Rob Lowe and Emilio Estevez and Judd Nelson, a bunch of those guys. So yeah, I think that it sounds intriguing, so I'll go St. Elmo's Fire. Steven?
What you said about vampires is kind of what I feel about zombies, even though there's some zombie stuff that I like. I mean, I am a huge fan of the Walking Dead show, so but that, and since St. Elmo's Fire is supposed to be like a staple of the 80s, since I'm a child of the 80s, I'll go with St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah.
Oh. St. Elmo's Fire, we'll move on. That was cool. Up next, we've got Sleepless in Seattle going up against The Shining. I believe we're on Malcolm first.
Yeah.
This is actually a really tough match for me. Because I love The Shining. I think it's really good, but Sleepless in Seattle is probably my favorite of the Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan rom-coms. But you know what? I'm going to go Sleepless in Seattle. Why not?
Yeah. Jacob, what do you think?
I have not seen Sleepless in Seattle, even though I've been sleepless in Seattle before.
Yeah.
I've seen The Shining.
Yeah.
I like The Shining. I'm actually more of a Doctor Sleep guy, though. I think I prefer that one. But The Shining is still really good, so I will give it a vote.
Yeah. Well, I've actually never seen Sleepless in Seattle. That's just one of my blind spots, and it's funny though because Tom Hanks put his wife in there, Rita Wilson, but then the romance is actually with Meg Ryan. but then also you had the Bill Pullman of it all, so it's kind of it seems interesting. I've never seen it though, but The Shining's really really good. It's one of those movies like usually like every Halloween, like on the actual night of Halloween, I'll pick one of the most iconic horror movies that I've never seen before. This was about 5 years ago or so that I watched The Shining for the first time on Halloween night, and yeah, it was great. Like it was really really good. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's like gonna make my 128 or anything, but it's up there though, and it's still really good. So I'll vote for The Shining. Steven.
I'm not not that crazy about either one of these. They're all right, but I'll go with Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah. I haven't seen Sleepless in Seattle, and I've seen The Shining, so I will go The Shining.
Yeah. Well, what are the votes?
Shining.
3-2 for The Shining.
The Shining. All right.
The best thing about The Shining was that we got that great Simpsons episode.
I know. Yeah. It's Simpsons episode. Yeah. Yeah. Family. Come basking TV's glowing warm at the end. Yeah, that's great.
The Shining. Don't you mean the Shining?
Yeah.
Quiet kid, you want to get sued?
Yeah. Yeah. The Shinnin. Yeah. But yeah, it looks like Iron Will versus While You Were Sleeping. Another sleeping one.
Yeah.
A lot of sleeping, and that's making me tired.
Yeah. And who's first?
Rom-coms.
I'm first for this one. Haven't seen either of these. Haven't really heard anything about either of these. So I'm a sucker for dogs, so I'll go Iron Will.
Yeah.
Just hope the dog doesn't die in the movie.
Well, I won't spoil anything, but
it does, doesn't it, Jordan? It does.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm not.
I mean,
It does.
There's an 83% chance that if the dog is the main part of the movie, it's gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny. It's another sleeping one that has Bill Pullman in it too. So, so I don't know which one in the movie he's actually sleeping in. Probably Sleepless in Seattle. I don't know if he's even sleeping in any of them. But Iron Will though was one that I grew up with. Like it was one of those like staple like all family movies that I watched, and yeah, it's really really good. Like I think that it's like up there with like similar classics like White Fang and like some of those ones. But yeah, and I go back to all the time. It's got Kevin Spacey in like a more earlier role for him, and yeah, so and also Brian Cox in there, and the main guys that is really really good that plays Will too in the Iditarod. He's like the young guy, like just taking on the Iditarod race. So I'll vote for Iron Will. I think it's really good, and it's Disney too. So, Steven?
The one who's sleeping and While You Were Sleeping is Peter Gallagher.
Okay, that's it.
I haven't seen Iron Will. While You Were Sleeping is cute, not great, but it's Sandra Bullock. She's in her early days So I'll go with While You Were Sleeping.
Yeah,
she was in her early days when what? You didn't finish off. You just got thought.
Oh.
No, I still love Sandra Bullock, so that's why I wasn't sure.
I thought you stopped yourself because you thought you were going to say something problematic.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think she's still gorgeous too. So
okay, cool.
Before she became a total bitch or like something like that. Yeah, yeah. No,
I wouldn't say that about her. I love Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, same. But Richie.
Haven't seen Iron Will. Obviously, it's come up here a couple of times. I think it came up on like the Winter Sports thing for like on tier ranker for like a while ago. And I think at one point we owned While You Were Sleeping. I don't think I ever watched it though. Just because we had a like preview copy for the video store. But yeah, and I like Sandra Bullock, and I'm not convinced that dog doesn't die. So again, so I'm gonna go While You're Sleeping.
Yeah. Well, Malcolm.
I haven't seen Iron Will, but While You're Sleeping is another Christmas adjacent movie, so Iron Will.
Oh boy, you and your technicalities.
All right, well, Iron Will takes it 3-2.
I sort of, Jordan's like the Flash. I look up and he's like, it's just a chair.
All right. Well, we'll have to wait then because he's back. All right.
I'm trying to make it quick. I had to run and grab something, so I ran quick.
You're first for Alien versus Predator or The Mountain Between Us.
All right. I haven't seen The Mountain Between Us, but it looks really good. Like it looks like a good survival movie. Like I think if I remember right, it's like a plane crash and they're trying to survive. And Alien versus Predator is a cool concept. Maybe not so great in the execution of it all, but it is fun. Just like seeing them battle it out and stuff. So, just because I haven't seen Mountain Be Between Us, and I do like Alien versus Predator enough, so I'll vote Alien versus Predator. Yeah. Steven?
I'm going the same way. I haven't seen The Mountain Between Us. I do like Kate Winslet and that's Idris Elba, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like those two a lot, but I haven't seen it. AVP is, it's all right. It's not. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. So I'll go with AVP.
Yeah, I was the opposite of you, Steven. I was like, that's Idris Elba. Who's the other one? Oh, that's Kate Winslet, right? Yeah, but yeah.
No, I remember Kate Winslet being in this, and I think I remember Idris Elba being in it.
Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't seen The Mountain Between Us. AVP, I remember, it being, kind of being hyped for it. But then, yeah, the movie is very dark. Like, they're not in the sense of, like, tone. I mean, like lighting. Like, you can't fucking see what's going on in that movie.
Are you sure you're not confusing it for AVP Requiem?
I feel like both of those movies are very dark.
The AVP Requiem is definitely very dark in terms of lighting.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe I am, but if I am, it also kind of it's an indictment on this movie for being boring. This movie shouldn't be boring. It's Alien versus Predator, and the movie's boring. So, but I've seen it, so I guess I'll go that, but not enthusiastically.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm.
I've seen AVP, which is why I'm voting the Mountain Between Us.
Sure, yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
So I'm rewatching WrestleMania 19 because it's my favorite of the WrestleManias, and I just wanted something on in the background.
Yeah,
and we just finished HBK and Jericho, and it just reminded me how great this match is. Probably one of my favorite matches of all time. Go rewatch it if you haven't. I haven't seen either of these movies. I'm a fan of Idris Elba, so I'll go with The Mountain Between Us.
Yeah.
However, AVP still moves on.
Ooh, okay. AVP.
Another tough one.
Ooh.
Cool Runnings going up against The Revenant. And Steven.
I've seen Cool Runnings, but I don't remember it. So I will go with The Revenant.
Yeah. Richie.
Revenant is good. There's great performances, but look, I don't think it's as memorable as Cool Runnings, and I feel like Leo shouldn't have got Best Actor for this movie. I feel like it was just a hey, sorry we didn't give it to you for Django and other movies and
yeah.
So I'm gonna go Cool Runnings.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think? You are
muted, you silly sausage.
Yeah. Silly Billy.
Yeah, I've said what I need to say about the movie on other shows before. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's okay. I actually disagree with Richie. I do think Leo did deserve his Oscar for the Revenant. I think he was great in it. But feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. I'm going to vote Cool Runnings.
Yeah. Come up, it's bobsled time. Jacob.
I enjoy both of these movies. I think The Revenant's really good, and I think Leo and Tom Hardy are really good together. But Cool Runnings is great. It's a lot of fun. We actually just not this past weekend, but the weekend before had our winter camp that the youth group I'm a part of goes to every President's Day weekend, and they put me in charge of the movie, and Cool Runnings was the choice, and so it's a fairly recent rewatch, and everyone that decided to watch it had a lot of fun with it. I had a lot of fun with it. It reminded me just how good it really is. So I'm gonna go with Cool Runnings.
Yeah. Yeah, some people say, they can't believe Jamaica, we got a bobsled team. Yeah, like Cool Runnings, is one of my favorite like family kind of sports movies. It's really, really good. And I always got to pull up my Irving Blitzer pop figure, John Candy there. So, and yeah, the Revenant. I mean, I'm kind of with Malcolm. Like, I think Leo's performance was great, and maybe he deserved an Oscar for his performance. But the rest of the movie, I just didn't really care for it that much. I thought it was kind of slow and just dragged. So, I'll go with Cool Runnings. Speed of Journey is what it stands for. Right? Steven, did you vote?
He started. Cool Runnings.
Okay.
We'll move on.
All right.
Up next, we have A Simple Plan going up against Huntsman. I believe that was that Winter's War.
Yeah, the Winter's War. And it'll be Richie, I think. Yeah. So.
All right. Haven't seen A Simple Plan. I only know about the band. But and Winter's War definitely was a movie that was made. That I feel like was made. I feel like it might have been a Snow White sequel, but like, you know, Kristen Stewart had an affair with the director, and they were like, "Oh,
yeah, fuck Kristen Stewart." See, there's a reason not to like her. She had an affair with a married man, so fuck her.
I'm not invested in the Snow White franchise. I don't give a fuck about this. I don't care. So yeah, I don't know. Simple Plan, I guess. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I was trying to read your shirt, Richie. I thought it said Kenny Loggins on there. I'm like, you're a big Kenny Loggins fan.
It's a wrestling shirt. It's
okay.
Living Legends. It says.
Okay, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
So Kristen Stewart was actually smart enough not to be in the sequel for because she's in some archive footage, but she's not sort of in the movie. She's uncredited, so I mean, she was smart enough not to come back for the sequel. Also, I didn't realize they made a biopic about the band Simple Plan.
I don't
think
one of my favorite bands. I got to hang out with the drummer for like 3 hours at a Warped Tour once, so that was cool.
But is that the movie with Mara Wilson in it?
No, A Simple Plan is the Sam Raimi movie.
You're thinking of A Simple Wish.
Oh yeah, A Simple Wish.
The Simple Plan is a Sam Raimi movie with Bill Paxton, Billy Bob Thornton, and Bridget Fonda. And there's 3 guys that find a bag full of, I think, $4 million. And the criminals that stole it, that they found it in the middle of the woods in the snow, come back looking for it.
In which case, I haven't seen it. And to be honest, it doesn't sound that interesting. So I have seen Huntsman Winter's War. I'm going to vote Huntsman Winter's War.
Yeah.
After you just said that Kristen Stewart was actually smart to not be in this.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I still haven't seen A Simple Plan, so I don't know if it's good. It just by your plot, I didn't sound interested.
Yeah. Well, Jacob.
Well, I haven't seen either of these, and I think A Simple Plan does sound good, so I'll go with that one.
Yeah, I have seen the Huntsman and the Huntsman Winter's War, and when you look up the cast, Kristen Stewart is credited, but maybe she's not in it that much. I don't know.
Well, she's like in brackets she's uncredited.
Okay,
only archive footage.
Okay, but I think that it's decent. I mean, I actually kind of like this one better than the first one, just because I just like they're doing more with like the Huntsman, who was the better character anyways, and I'm a big Charlize Theron fan. I think, well, she is my favorite actress working today, and then Jessica Chastain, but and even Emily Blunt. But it's like, just because you have big name stars like that doesn't make for like a great movie. I've never heard of A Simple Plan until now, but I mean, I like most Sam Raimi movies. I think he's a really good director, so I'll vote for A Simple Plan. Yeah. I'm Steven.
I've seen both of these, and I think The Huntsman, The Winter's War, is underrated. I enjoyed it. but A Simple Plan, I think is up there with Darkman as one of my absolute favorite movies from Sam Raimi's, and it's great. So I'm going to go with A Simple Plan.
Yeah, I think it might be A Simple Plan.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we have the Mighty Ducks and the Lodge.
Okay. And who's first now?
Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Lodge, but I'm not really that high on the Mighty Ducks. I think they're good movies. But still, I'm still going to go Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, we're gonna end up having all the Mighty Ducks movies crammed over on this side, aren't we? So that's fine. Jacob?
I have not seen The Lodge. I've seen the Mighty Ducks. It's a lot of fun. It's been a while. I'm due for a rewatch. So maybe rewatch all three of them actually. So I'll go with the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailers for The Lodge, and I thought it looked really creepy and kind of like almost like a psychological type of thriller. I don't know though. I've never seen it, so that's just kind of the vibe that I got. But the Mighty Ducks is just classic. I mean, Gordon Bombay, Charlie Conway, like just a lot of fun. And in this one, you get to see kind of more the real ragtag group of kids and like how they all come together in this one, because the next ones they're already have already come together and they're doing some other stuff. So yeah, I'll vote for the Mighty Ducks. It's great. Steven?
I do not have the same kind of nostalgia that a lot of you guys seem to have for the Mighty Ducks. I saw the first one. I haven't seen any of the sequels, but I saw the first one and I enjoyed it, but I don't think it's anything great. That being said, I haven't seen The Lodge, so I will go with the Mighty Ducks.
We got to say quack, 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 a Mighty Duck, and the Gordon Bombay.
And didn't Disney Plus just recently canceled the Disney Plus show?
Yeah, because I don't think anyone was watching it once Emilio left. Like, fuck that show.
I mean that might not been the case. I mean, people probably just been watching it in general because it wasn't a Marvel comic.
Yeah, yeah, you never know. But Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't seen The Lodge. I don't know if I'll get around to it, but yeah, Mighty Ducks is good. Yeah, so I'll vote for in Australia, which is called Champions in Australia for some reason.
Champions. That's weird.
Which is going to get confusing because there's a movie called Champions coming out.
Yeah,
like a Woody Harrelson movie. Yeah.
Which is funny because they had the Regal Mystery movie that was last night. So Austin's on the East Coast, so it started before him, and he's like messages me. He's like, "Want me to tell you what the Regal Mystery movie is?" And I'm like, "Sure," because I had tickets to it, but then he said it was Champions, and I'm like, oh, I think I got a lot of work to do tonight. I don't know if I'm going to make that one. just suddenly. He said that it actually. I liked it, but for me, that's one I can catch on streaming. I don't need to see it in theaters. So, but yeah, we got our next matchup here, which could be very lopsided.
Yeah, we have 8 Below going up against The Thing, and I'm up first. And a rare matchup of two movies I've seen. Hasn't happened a lot tonight, but yeah, 8 Below is good. But The Thing is great, so I'm gonna go with The Thing.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. I'll keep it short. 8 Below is good. The Thing is great, like really good. Like a movie I can't find a flaw in that movie, so I'll go with The Thing. Steven?
You know what? I'll show some love to 8 Below. I think it's pretty good. So yeah, I'll go with 8 Below.
Yeah.
The Thing obviously is a much more important, influential movie, but 8 Below is still a very highly enjoyable family movie.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, Below is a cute, charming movie. Yeah, it's sort of. I think people forget about when they talk about like Paul Walker's like sort of filmography. I think this one people forget about it, but yeah, it's fun. It's a good performance here, and yeah, like it's one people should remember when outside of like the Fast and Furious kind of stuff. But yeah, The Thing is one of the best horror thriller movies of all time. Sort of a case study on how to build suspense. It's amazing. So The Thing.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Isn't Eight Below that Cuba Gooding Jr. movie?
You're getting it confused with Snow Dogs.
Snow Dogs.
Yeah.
Both the same thing. They're
not.
They're both actually not that good either.
So Snow Dogs is terrible, but Eight Below's fun.
Eight Below was also terrible. I didn't like it. I'm going to go for the better movie anyway, The Thing.
Yeah. Jacob.
Oh, still The Thing.
Yeah. Oh, you want first? Okay, cool. Nice.
All right, we have animated matchup. Ice Age of the Meltdown going up against Best Animated Feature winner, Happy Feet.
Yeah.
Is the Meltdown the second? Which one's the Meltdown one? Is that the second one?
The Meltdown, it's the second one.
Yeah, okay. Is it me first?
It's you first, yeah, Jordan.
Okay. Yeah, so I actually quite like both of these ones. I think that Happy Feet is a great, like, if you have a little baby, like the you want to introduce them to their very first movie of all time, maybe Happy Feet, because that's what we did to my niece when she was like 2.5, 3, or even like younger. She's probably 2, yeah, but yeah, and yeah, like she was laughing and getting excited about it, so it was fun. So I think that like Happy Feet especially is kind of more directed towards kids, but it actually works and I enjoy it. So Happy Feet, yeah.
Coin flip, Ice Age the Meltdown, I guess.
Sure, yeah.
No, don't be so enthusiastic about it, Stephen.
Yeah, he's excited. Well, Richie,
we're both like whatever.
Yeah.
I like Ice Age too. It's pretty good. It's a worthy sequel.
Actually, is Ice Age 2, yeah.
But Happy Feet. It's fun. It's a fun movie. It makes Penguin and the real Penguin seem boring though. I'm like, why don't you dance, you tuxedo wearing fucks? Anyway, but yeah, no, it's fun, and it's mainly partly an Australian production, and yeah, George Miller has a weird career, like Mad Max, and then he does Happy Feet and 1,000 Years Along. That's what 10,000 years. Along.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a weird career, anyway. But I'm gonna go Happy Feet.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
I'm waiting for the crossover movie between Happy Feet and March of the Penguins.
Yeah, where it's like hybrid animation. It's like real life and animation.
But anyway, like I do really enjoy Ice Age Meltdown. Like I think I enjoy it a little bit more than the first one. But then the sequels took a little giant step down.
Yeah,
but
down the toilet.
I mean, I actually enjoy Happy Feet. Like when it comes to animation, I disagree that there's anime movies that are just strictly aimed at kids. I think for the most part they're all sort of kid friendly, but I think there's enough in each anime movie that's going to be for adults as well. But yeah, I'm gonna go Happy Feet on this.
Yeah. Jacob.
I haven't actually seen Happy Feet, and I need to because it's got two of my favorite actors in it, Robin Williams and Hugh Jackman. And
Elijah Wood, he's great in it too.
Tonight, I enjoy the first two Ice Age movies, and then after that, not so much. So I'm gonna go with Ice Age 2, but Happy Feet will move on 3-2.
Yeah, Happy Feet, but. Yeah, I'm not surprised that you get sick often, Jacob. When you work with kids, kids are notorious for passing germs.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sick.
Yeah, of course not.
We've got Frozen, but not that Frozen.
Yeah, not that one.
Going up against the Grand Budapest Hotel. I almost said Grand Budapest.
Yeah.
And we're back down to Steven.
Steven.
This is interesting. I think the Grand Budapest Hotel is the better movie of the two, but I remember. But Frozen actually like makes really good use of its snowy location. So I'll go with Frozen. Surprisingly, even though I probably love Grand Budapest Hotel more.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm going to. Where, like, okay, I think the better movie is Grand Budapest Hotel. I don't have to say Budapest because I'm very pretentious. Budapest.
Yeah.
But Frozen, I think it's more obvious that might be winter. I mean, but it's more obvious that's winter. Where I don't think, Grand Budapest Hotel. It's just sort of, you can't tell whether it's winter or whatever season. So I'm gonna go Frozen.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah. I was hoping for a Frozen matchup.
Yeah.
But yeah, fun fact, Frozen does star Iceman. So Sean Ashmore from the X-Men movies.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Talking about being typecast for ice, but yeah, I haven't seen Frozen. From what I've read about, it's really interesting. It's also got Kane Hodder in it. But just because I want to make sure it gets some love, because I know at least one person that's still to vote doesn't like Wes Anderson, so I'm going to go Grand Budapest.
Yep, you'll be right about that. Jacob?
Well, I have not seen this Frozen, but it is free to watch on YouTube and Tubi. It's pretty much free everywhere, so I'll get around to it eventually. But I have seen the Grand Budapest Hotel, and I absolutely love this movie. I think Ralph Fiennes is really good in this. So I'm going to go with the Grand Budapest.
Well, I think Wes Anderson can take all his movies and dump them in a frozen lake because I can't stand any of them. So
would they actually go in the lake if it's frozen?
Yeah, if it's frozen, they'll just sort of stay
on the lake, and they would still be good.
You can put a hole in it, and then you can,
okay.
Like flush it down the hole. Yeah, but I remember seeing Frozen in theaters because there was a time where I was going to see movies every single weekend, no matter if it sounded good, if it didn't. Like I just saw whatever was playing, and I kind of missed that.
That's what I still do.
Yeah, and I kind of missed that because the girl I was dating at the time was big into horror movies, and I've since had a hard time finding anyone that I've dated. Like they don't like horror movies, so. But Frozen, I had a good time with it. Like I really like the tension in it. It's really like these kind of movies scare me more because they're more like anxiety driven. Like you're just stuck in this like on a ski lift and the resort closes down for a holiday weekend, and like what are you gonna do? You're just like trapped there. And, like one of the guys in the movie, he like tries to scale down the actual wire. And they make it out to be like it's razor sharp. I don't know if is that true. Is that wire razor sharp, or can you do that? I don't know. But yeah. So I'm not a Wes Anderson guy, and Frozen I liked. I won't say I loved it, but I liked it. So I'll vote for Frozen. Yeah. Steven?
I already voted.
Yeah, it's Frozen.
Okay.
So yeah, Frozen. The first animated Frozen hasn't shown up yet. So a Frozen versus Frozen is still possible.
You were saying?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Frozen going up against the 2019 Little Women.
It might be tough, but and who's first now?
Richie.
Well, I went so it's Richie.
Okay, Richie.
I've seen enough of I haven't seen all of Frozen, but I've seen enough of it. Maybe, I don't know. From people who have kids, and haven't seen all of Little Women yet. So I've seen bits and pieces of everyone, and I'm more inclined to watch more of Little Women. So I'm gonna Little Women. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy your Frozen and Frozen.
Yeah. Well, Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah. So I think we already know what Stephen's going to vote for. But yeah, I like Frozen. I think it's good, but unfortunately, it had to go up against the recent Little Woman, which I think is amazing. So Little Woman.
Yeah. Jacob.
And I'm going to be the Malcolm of this round because Frozen is not actually set in the winter. Frozen is set in the month of July, so it is set in summer. So I'm going with Little Women, even though I would probably rewatch Frozen first.
Also, that's when Coronation Day is. It takes place in July. Yeah,
the only reason there's snow is because Elsa can make it happen.
Yeah, because like my niece she would dress up in like her like Frozen costume, run around, and like it's Coronation Day, everybody, come on, and like do her little thing. But yeah, like screw Frozen though. Like I hate this movie though. Like I had to work in the theaters when this movie played, and it was in there an entire year almost, like maybe a little short of that, but like the longest runtime I've ever seen for a movie. And then they brought it back with the Frozen sing-along. So you had all these little girls that were dressed up in their costumes, and they came in and they're like singing at the top of their lungs with their shrill little voices, and I'm just like no, please, no. But Little Woman's great though. Like I was surprised because I worked at a different theater at the time when that came out, and so I went in to just check on something in the theater, and it was a slow day, so I stayed for like 20 minutes, and I'm like really intrigued by the movie, and then I started to come back and see it, and it was great. I mean, when you have Saoirse Ronan, Florence Pugh, Timothy Chalamet, Emma Watson, Meryl Streep, Laura Dern, I mean that's a pretty stacked cast, and they're all great. Especially probably the standout with Saoirse Ronan for me, but they're all great. And it's not really on paper the kind of movie I think I would like, but I really loved it. So, yeah, Little Women. Steven?
To be fair, I don't hate this movie. I just think it gets way too much praise.
Well,
what do you have against women?
Yeah. Also, little people.
I love the '94 version. So.
What do you have against Greta Gerwig?
That's funny, actually, because I'm not that big on Lady Bird either.
Yeah. Do you like the remake of Arthur that she stars?
Okay, I might see what Stephen thinks about the Barbie movie coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea about that.
Well, speaking of Little Women, a Barbie, the Little Woman.
But you know what? I think Frozen is I do like the sequel a little bit more, but I think the first one's pretty good too. I'll go with Frozen, even though Little Women obviously won.
Yeah.
Yep, the movie that's actually set in the winter is moving on.
Yeah, so we will not get the Frozen versus Frozen matchup. So.
Well, I mean, I think Frozen, that's still kind of possible, because I think Frozen 2 is still moving on.
Yeah, Frozen 2. Yeah. Nice.
All right.
Wasn't Frozen 2 on the other side of the bracket, though?
Yeah, so they'd have to.
I mean, it's still possible.
It's highly unlikely.
It's not possible. I'll just say that.
It's tournament fights. Anything is possible.
Yeah, maybe.
But I believe Malcolm is up first for Strange Brew and Ice Road.
Right. I haven't seen Strange Brew. From what I know about it, it's a Canadian Hamlet. I'm going to go with the Ice Road because I've seen it.
All right. Jacob.
Yes, I've not seen Strange Brew. I'm pretty sure I've seen generic Liam Neeson movie number 4 to show up. And yeah, I mean, I remember not hating it. So I'll give it my vote, but Strange Brew, I mean, anything with Rick Moranis is going to pique my interest. But yeah, since I didn't hate Ice Road, I'll give it a vote.
Yeah. Hey, you want to know the best way to ruin a movie? You just go into the theater, and right at the end, you release a bunch of moths into the theater, and they fly up by the lights, and they ruin it. That's one of the things that they talk about doing. And then also the best way to get free beer is that you put a baby mouse when it's this big, just small enough to fit inside the bottle. You just feed it and you nurture it, and then you bring it back when it's all grown up, and you say, "Hey, there's a mouse in my beer." So they just do all these kind of goofy things, but it's fun though. With Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis, they're just these Canadian kind of hoser, they're like stereotypical Canadian guys, and they're playing hockey, and they're just drinking beer. They're like there's some just wacky off the wall. There's a thing where they feed their dog way too much beer, so they start to hallucinate that the dog can fly, and he rolls up the side of the house and takes off and flies away. Just really wacky stuff. But it's fun though. Like if you just kind of go with the mindset that you're just seeing a goofball kind of just fun comedy, then I think you can enjoy it. And Ice Road is one that I skipped because I already saw Cold Pursuit and about 10 of his other generic ones that look similar. So I'll go Strange Brew. Steven?
I have not seen either one of these. I like most, not all, but most generic Liam Neeson action movies. So I will go with the Ice Road.
No.
Yeah. Well, you get along really well with Chris Scott for that reason, I think. Yeah. He loves those things. But Richie?
Damn it, Strange Brew is a lot of fun, and I've seen Ice Road, and even if I hadn't seen Strange Brew, I would have gone for Strange Brew because I've seen Ice Road. Because Ice Road is very generic, very kind of boring at times. The most charismatic guy was Lawrence Fishburne, who, spoiler, dies early. Sorry. It's just got, I don't know, it's like Ice Road Truckers, but a lot more boring. I don't even know how that works, but it's just I don't know, just kind of bland. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have to do a lot of action stuff in it. He's just in his truck most of the time. So that's kind of refreshing for him. But I would have gone Strange Brew.
Yeah.
Ice Road is moving on, but I just found out Strange Brew is free on YouTube, so I'll probably check it out.
Nice. Yeah, it's really underrated. Yeah.
You have Everest going up against the Hateful Eight.
All right.
And I believe it's me first.
All right.
I have not seen Everest, but I think the Hateful Eight is an amazing movie. Great performances all around. So I'm going to go with the Hateful Eight.
Yeah. Well, I'm not big on Everest. It just tried to shoehorn in my favorite generic person they want you to be they want to be a star. Here's your new star, Jason Clarke. I just don't really care for that guy that much. I don't hate him. I just think he's just nothing special to me. So, but the Hateful Eight is a really great time. It's kind of a real slow burn and kind of mostly set in one location. Mostly that the stuff at the beginning, but yeah, I think it's that it has a really awesome cast and a great score too. So yeah, I'll go with the Hateful Eight. Yeah. Steven?
Everest is one of the movies that I missed in theaters. I mean, I still haven't seen it, but I missed it in theaters. I actually regret missing in theaters because it looked like the kind of movie that you should see in theaters. But I haven't seen it still, so I'll go with The Hateful Eight, which is not one of my favorite Tarantino movies, but it's safely in the middle.
Yeah, and Everest also has one of the other guys they tried to shoehorn in as everyone's new A-list star, Sam Worthington. He's in that too. But
both Jason Clarke and Sam Worthington are both in Terminator movies.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, but Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, there's a lot of Everest is actually pretty good, and lay off the Australians, okay? They're trying to make,
they're both from Australia.
They're trying to make Australian stars, okay? And I think Sam Worthington's better used as like a supporting guy. He's better than this movie.
Australia already has tons of stars, so
he's better in this movie than he is in other kind of.
I like Sam Worthington actually.
In bigger kind of blockbuster. I feel like he's sort of like Sam Worthington's in that Jai Courtney role. Where I think he's better in like supporting roles. Like Jai Courtney's better, is good in Suicide Squad. But if you make him a main guy, it's probably not good. But and Jason Clarke's quite good. I don't know the issue, but anyway, cool. And it's got a good cast. Jake Gyllenhaal pops up here. I know it's this movie. But Hateful Eight is a Quentin Tarantino. It's a great Quentin Tarantino film. It's not one of my favorites, but it's mid-tier, but mid-tier Tarantino is still very good. So I'll go Hateful Eight.
Yeah, Malcolm, what do you think?
I think did we have this matchup on the 2015 tournament? Because I think the Hateful Eight was one of the holdovers, and Everest came out in 2015.
We might have, yeah. It sounds familiar.
Actually, Hateful Eight is a 2015 movie.
But I mean, as I said, I think I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what year.
I'm not the movie release dates guy. That's Richie. I mean, Hateful Eight's already moving on. I would have given my vote to Everest because I think it's a really superior movie to Hateful Eight. I'm not a fan of it. That's probably my least favorite Tarantino. But yeah,
it's a good thing Austin's not here because he loves this movie.
I mean, it still was getting back go through even if Austin. I think I said exactly the same thing with Austin here.
Yeah, true.
All right, Jordan, you're up first for Grumpy Old Men and Insomnia.
Well, I've not seen Grumpy Old Men, but I did see Insomnia. That's the one movie for this that I decided to watch, and it was good. Like I liked it. I think overall Insomnia had some writing issues for me that were just kind of I didn't like as much, but like it's really well shot, really well edited. I like the music in it and all that stuff, but the writing, because like halfway through the movie, Robin Williams, he admits to some murders. He admits to like beating on his wife or girlfriend or whoever he's with, but they don't do anything. Like they don't even like take him in or like do anything. They just let him go on his way. See you later. So I'm just kind of like, well, that was an odd thing to do, and I won't spoil the ending for anyone, but they could have prevented some things. I'll just say that. But still, I think that it's good though. Like it's also one of Christopher Nolan's just like a straight up just I don't know, just like a cop movie where they're just trying to solve some murders. They're not really doing like any convoluted kind of like just like we have to try and like think too hard and figure all this stuff out. Like it's just like a simple type of a movie, and I appreciate that. So I'll vote for Insomnia. Yeah, probably I give it like a 6.5, 7 out of 10 for my first time seeing it. So yeah. But Steven?
It's been a while since I've seen Grumpy Old Men, but it's a really fun movie, and we've got great chemistry between Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, both vying for the affection of Aunt Margaret, and it's a really fun movie. But I gotta go with Insomnia, one of 5 Chris Nolan movies that was in my top 128.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
I've always wanted to see Grumpy Old Man. I haven't got around to it yet, so I'm going to I want to get around to it. So
yeah.
But Insomnia, I love Insomnia. I think I think it's one of my favorite Christopher Nolan films. So I'm going to go Insomnia.
And also, I was going to say, Robin Williams isn't in that much of the movie. Like it's just mostly an Al Pacino movie. But Malcolm. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, some people tend to call me a grumpy old man. But yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Grumpy Old Man, but
Change
it's
your
a lot of
nickname
fun.
in the description to Grumpy
But
Old Man Malcolm.
but Insomnia is probably if not my number one, definitely in my top 5 Christopher Nolan movies. I really enjoy it, so I'm going to go Insomnia.
Yeah, Jacob.
Yeah, I've not seen Grumpy Old Men either, but I should probably go visit my dad at some point.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, he's watching this, you know.
He's probably not. But no, I really enjoy Insomnia. I think it's a really good movie. Yeah, I kind of wish Robin Williams was in it more, because I do think he's the best part in my opinion. But I get why he's used like he is. But yeah, Al Pacino and Hilary Swank also give really good performances, and yeah, I think it's weird now looking back. Like it's a Christopher Nolan movie that's just like it's just a movie. You don't have to think about it.
Yep. Exactly.
I remember Robin Williams
should do another one of those.
The same year he did 1 Hour Photo and Death to Smoochie.
Yeah.
I love when Robin Williams goes dramatic, and I think
it's not just dramatic, it's that he's playing these dark, twisted characters all year.
Yeah, it's fun.
All right.
So Insomnia.
Yeah, Insomnia, clean sweep.
All right.
But had I seen Grumpy Old Men, maybe it might have been closer.
I'm a little worried Austin only included one Mighty Ducks movie. Sad.
Oh, yeah, we got a couple more matchups.
Yeah, but you have all the Ice Age movies. Like, forget those. Put in a Mighty Ducks. But
we have Let the Right One In and Better Off Dead.
All right. So who's up first?
I ended that one, so
okay.
Steven.
Yeah, Steven.
Have not seen either of these. I'll go with Let the Right One In.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I think I did see the American remake, Let Me In. I think.
Oh, yeah, with Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember kind of liking that one, but I never saw the original version, this one.
It's really good. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I don't know if Richie's preoccupied for a second or if he's here, but we can let Malcolm go.
Yeah, no, I can do it.
Okay, cool.
Let the Right One In is really good. A great Swedish, a great I think it's Sweden, right?
Yeah.
Better Off Dead, though. I think I introduced you to it. It's very weird, but I love it. Very dark, and so I'm gonna go there.
Yeah. So Malcolm.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of these, but I think out of the one I'm probably more interested in seeing is Better Off Dead.
Yeah. Jacob.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of these either, but I've heard really good things about both of them. I think I got to go back to it. If both of these were in front of me, which one would I rather watch? And Better Off Dead seems like a movie I'd enjoy more.
Yeah, this one's interesting because they're pretty like opposite movies. Because Better Off Dead, I think John Cusack's great in it. Like it might be like one of his best performances to me. But the movie overall is just kind of like just all over the place. I mean, and you got some goofy stuff. You got the mom putting squids in their bowls at the table, and like they're just, I don't know. I can't remember half of the jokes. Remember that I watched it once, and like just like being lukewarm on it, but like maybe like the movie being one of those like I need to give it a rewatch maybe a year or two from now, and I'll bet I probably like it better. I just wasn't really like over the moon for it, but like it was good, and also Curtis Armstrong is the best friend. Like he's fun and it's got some cool skiing stuff. But Let the Right One In though, man. that movie is great. It's like the pacing, like it's very slow paced, but like it still kind of works though, and just like the friendship with the little boy with this girl, which I think is a cannibal. I think is what it is. I can't remember if it's a vampire or a cannibal, something like that. But like that, just seeing some of the attacks and like the friendship that they build, and I kind of don't really like the like Let Me In, and when they did the remake, there's almost like a shot for shot remake of this movie, and like I don't know if that works so well for me. I like this one way better, so I'll go with Let the Right One In.
Didn't they just do a TV series of it?
Maybe. I have no idea. I don't know. So it'll be better off. All right, cool.
So it was a close one though, 3-2. All right, last matchup we have The Empire Strikes Back going up against Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
No more Mighty Ducks. Austin could have like nixed all those Ice Age movies, but it's fine. Yeah, and is it Richie first?
Yep, but he's not here, so it'll be Malcolm first.
Yeah. All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, I've always wondered why they call the planet Hoth. They should have called it Cold.
Yeah. Right.
Actually
like that joke. It's good.
I didn't make it up, but I stole it from the Family Guy parody.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I know when you're talking about this at some stage, I think I pushed back on the inclusion of Empire Strikes Back just because it's technically not set in winter; it's a ice planet.
Yeah,
but
might be winter on that planet. You never know.
That being said, I really enjoy Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, so I'm going to go Planes, Trains.
Yeah, Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is a lot of fun. John Candy and Steve Martin are really good together, but Empire is an all-timer for me, so I'm going to go with Empire.
Yeah, like for me, this all comes down to what the actual topic is, and I mean for this matchup specifically, it does because yeah, like the Empire Strikes Back, it is an all-timer. It is really good, but I do really like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and I feel like we'll see the Empire Strikes Back on here a lot. There's a lot of different categories that it could fall into, and so like it'll be here a lot. It's already been here a lot, so I'm gonna go with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yeah, makes me laugh pretty hard. Like those aren't pillows, and like I don't know, there's just a lot of things. So, Steven.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is my biggest blind spot on this tournament. I do want to get to eventually seeing it just because I am a big Steve Martin fan. And
what are you watching at Thanksgiving time then? It's like the only Thanksgiving movie.
Freebirds.
Oh yeah, there's that one too.
Wait, what? I didn't hear.
Freebirds.
Freebirds.
Oh, Freebirds. Isn't that
Thanksgiving?
Isn't that an animated movie?
Yes, it is.
So, because I haven't seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I will give it to, even though I'm not even sure it really should count as a winter movie, Empire Strikes Back.
Well, now we need Richie because it's a tie.
Yeah, because it's a tie.
Well, we could just end with one tie, and I guess we give it to Steven for the tiebreaker. So, what's it going to be, Steven?
Even though I haven't seen it, I really don't think Empire Strikes Back really counts as a winter movie. So, I guess Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, there you go. Sounds good. And
that's the end of round one.
And we have one of my other friends in the chat, my friend Hannah, showing up. Which I told you that I had some exes named Hannah. That one of them's here. So, but we're still friends. So, but yeah, now we're to what we want to call the speed round, which is about 10 seconds or so. Just try to keep it about that, and yeah, we'll be good. So, All right. So we got Scott Pilgrim versus Snowpiercer, and I believe it's Malcolm first, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I'm in the Richie seat this time. It's a tough matchup for me, and I'm the one going first on it. But yeah, I really do love Scott Pilgrim, but I'm probably going to slightly go Snowpiercer.
Yeah. Jacob.
Snowpiercer.
Yeah. I really like both of these, but yeah, I think I like Snowpiercer just a tad more. So Snowpiercer. Steven?
Last round, I voted for Snowpiercer because it was, even though I haven't seen it, because it was up against a mediocre movie. I'm doing that again this time. So Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
It keeps getting going up against movies I don't care for.
I thought you were going to go the other way, but I guess not. But Richie.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back now. Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Snowpiercer moves on.
Right.
Up next, we have Cliffhanger and Eternal Sunshine.
Ooh.
All right.
Me first, and I'll go Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah, this one could go either way for me, but I'll give some love to Eternal Sunshine because I rewatched it, and the second watching I liked it better. So, yeah. Steven?
This is tough.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger wasn't your 128, was it?
No, it wasn't. I do love it, and I can't remember if Eternal Sunshine was or not.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
But you know what? Even though it was and Cliffhanger wasn't, I probably have rewatched Cliffhanger more just because, it's a 80s and 90s action movie. So I'll go with Cliffhanger.
How did that not work? What the fuck?
I don't know, but Richie, what do you
Eternal
think?
Sunshine.
Yep. And Malcolm.
Yeah, I haven't. At this point, I still haven't seen Cliffhanger since it came up. So I'm going to go Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you're worried about, Richie.
Yeah, Eternal Sunshine.
Look, Eternal Sunshine is the better movie, but I've rewatched Cliffhanger more.
Yeah.
Jordan, you're up first for Arctic and Hannah.
Well, I really do want to see Arctic because I've been hearing great things about it. But since Hannah just jumped into the chat, let's go Hannah. Sure. Steven?
Well, the only reason I voted for Arctic the first time was because it was up against another movie I hadn't seen and wasn't interested in. This time it's up against a movie that I not only have seen, but love. So, Hannah.
Yeah. Well, Richie?
Okay, Arctic.
Sure, yeah. Malcolm?
And I still haven't seen either of these, but I'm going to go Arctic.
Ooh. Jacob?
I love this. Arctic. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Right.
So, Arctic.
All right. So we have 2000. Is it 2011? The thing.
Yes, I believe.
And Misery. We're back down to Steven.
You could get a thing v thing matchup, maybe. I won't.
No. I'm definitely not going to vote for the thing over Misery. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Richie?
Misery.
Yeah. Malcolm?
I think Arsenal will be giving us a lot of misery if we let down the thing 2011 get through to the finals, because that's what it has to do for the potential of the thing. So misery.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Jacob?
Misery.
Yeah, it's got to be Misery. Yeah. Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. Up next, we have Groundhog Day and Chronicles of Narnia.
Could be interesting.
Richie.
You know what? Narnia.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, I love Groundhog Day, but I'm going to have to go Narnia.
Yeah. Jacob.
I'm also going Narnia.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's my favorite of the ones that have been made. I'll go with the Chronicles of Narnia. Yeah. Steven?
And I guess I'll be the lone vote for Groundhog Day.
Yep.
Wow, like better movies, Steven.
Like better movies. Groundhog Day is definitely better than the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah. Okay. I can't. I don't know. But I do know we have Mystery Alaska going up against The Day After Tomorrow, and Malcolm is up first.
Day After Tomorrow.
Jacob.
Mystery Alaska.
I'll go Mystery Alaska. Steven?
Mystery Alaska.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said Mystery Alaska.
Okay.
Yeah, you went underwater for a second, but Richie?
Mystery Alaska.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, Steven's drowning.
Serendipity.
Ooh.
You got mail. I'm up first.
Rom-com.
Still haven't seen either of these since the first round because I've still got, WrestleMania 19 on in the background. Booker T should have been world champion at the end of the show. You got mail.
Yeah. I've never seen Serendipity. We'll probably see it someday, but when I was younger, I actively avoided it. So I'm gonna go with You've Got Mail.
You've
Steven?
got mail.
Serendipity.
Yeah. Richie.
You've got mail.
Yep. Malcolm?
You got mail.
Yeah. You've got mail. We need the sound effect from AOL.
So we have Ice Age and Wind River. Let's make this quick. Jordan?
Yeah. Wind River, yeah. Steven?
Is this the first Ice Age?
Yes.
Well, it's still Wind River anyways.
Yeah. Still, yeah. Richie?
Ice Age.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Wind River.
Yeah. I want to see that. Wind River. That's like the iRobot crossover.
And that's the end of this side.
You eating a Hot Pocket, Richie?
Hot Pocket.
Nice.
Caliente Pocket.
Yeah. Dead Pocket.
Have you had a Hot Pocket? Hot Pocket?
Yeah.
It's a Hot Pocket inside of a Hot Pocket.
Diarrhea Pocket.
All right. I think it's Steven first, and we've got The Shining and St. Elmo's Fire.
The Shining, I guess.
Oh. Yeah. You guess. Shining. Richie?
The Shining.
Yeah. Malcolm?
They're Shining. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah. Shining, yep. Jacob?
Dr. Sleep's prequel.
Yeah. I'm thinking all work and no play make Homer something.
No,
Go crazy?
it's Stephen King's favorite adaptation of one of his novels.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, tough matchup. Iron Will and AVP. Richie.
It's tough.
Iron Will.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Iron Will.
Yeah. Jacob.
Iron Will.
Yep, I gotta go. With Iron Will. Steven.
I haven't seen Iron Will, so I'll have to go with, even though it feels odd to be voting for it in the second round, but I'll go with AVP.
I haven't seen Iron Will either, and I voted for it.
Man, can you imagine if Alien vs. Predator was freaking awesome, like it was supposed to be? Like that would have been great. So we would have gotten like 10 sequels. But
Malcolm's up first for Cool Runnings and A Simple Plan.
Cool Runnings. Because it's
Yep.
not a simple wish.
Yeah.
Cool Runnings because it's Cool Runnings.
Yeah. Cool Runnings because they took a bunch of push cart, whatever you want to call them, push cart runners. I don't know. And made them into bobsled athletes. I don't know what you call them, but Cool Runnings. Yeah. Steven?
If it was a simple wish, I'd be voting for Cool Runnings, even though I have no recollection of it. A Simple Plan.
Well, maybe you're due for a rewatch, Steven, because it's great. It's worth it. Richie?
Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
Cool
Rise and
Runnings.
shine. It's butt whipping time.
Cool Runnings will move on. It could be a favorite. You got the Mighty Ducks going up against The Thing.
Ooh.
And I believe it's me first, and I'm going to go with The Thing.
I think Austin did this on purpose. He excluded the other Mighty Ducks I like better, so I'm going to go with The Thing, yeah. Steven?
The Thing.
Yeah. Richie?
The Thing.
Malcolm?
The Thing.
Oh, clean sweep.
Oh, that next matchup's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
We have Happy Feet going up against Frozen.
Oh, man.
Not that
This is a funny
Frozen.
matchup.
All right, Jordan.
2 kids movies. Oh, wait. No. Not right. It's going to be... You know what? I'll go with Frozen. Like, I actually like it. And it's kind of a cool thing to see it on the big screen, too. Like, it kind of added to it. So, yeah. Steven?
Frozen.
Yep. Richie?
That Frozen's what your grandma gets you when your mum tells her that you like Frozen. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Oh, for Christmas, you're like, oh, cool. Oh, the chill. Oh, yeah, that
Grandma. Yeah,
Yeah.
when you open your present,
yeah. Happy Feet.
yeah. Malcolm.
I mean, some parents probably did take their kids to go see that Frozen and cinemas because apparently, from what some people have been saying, that some parents have been taking their kids to Cocaine Bear.
Oh, gee.
But I'm going to go Frozen.
Well, working at a movie theater, you see weird things like parents bring their kids like to some like R-rated gory movies, and you're just like, why are you bringing your like 2-year-old child to this movie? I don't get it. But
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah, Cocaine Bear. I can't wait to see the spin-offs. You know, you got Meth Gator. I can't wait for Marijuana Kangaroos.
You got Heroin Monkey. Yeah.
As I said,
Rhinos.
as I said on Facebook, Cocaine Bear may be a good movie. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But it has opened Pandora's box.
I've only seen one like raving review of it, and that was John Roca. And I could watch his review. He like really loved it.
No, Alonso Duralde liked it a lot.
Oh, cool, nice. So it's not all bad reviews. That's good.
No, it's got like last I checked, it had a pretty high Rotten Tomatoes score.
I'm just waiting for my double feature this weekend with Cocaine Bear and Creed 3. That'll be good.
Yeah, I'm going to Creed 3 on Saturday. After tournament fights on Saturday. Well, it'll be Friday on your end, but Saturday I'm going to go watch Creed 3.
Oh, nice. Sounds good. Yeah.
All right, so we have Little Women and Ice Road, and I believe we're back down to Steven.
Oh, I haven't seen Ice Road, so I guess I'll go with Little Women.
Yeah. Richie?
I assure you, Little Women
Yes.
is better than Ice Road Cuckers.
Yeah.
Yes, Little Women.
Definitely. Yeah. Malcolm?
Little Woman because it's not a generic Liam Neeson action movie.
Yeah.
Well, it's
And
probably not a good generically Liam Neeson action movie.
Imagine if they put Liam Neeson in Little Women, though. Like, he'd probably be actually really good in it. Like, I would imagine.
No, it's not like he only does action movies.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Liam Neeson has been in a period piece. He was in the 90s version of Les Mis.
He was
Yeah,
in
and,
Michael Collins.
which wasn't
And
a
also-
musical.
He just did that the like gangster movie that it's like sort of akin to Casablanca almost that Chris Scott saw. I can't remember what they called it.
Marlowe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Marlowe,
Schindler's
he-
List is technically a period piece.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
I think
Michael
Liam
Collins.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Michael Collins there.
I think
Yeah.
Liam Neeson has kind of said he's stepping away from sort of doing the action stuff. He's going wants to.
He
He
said
said that
he said-
before.
he said that a few years ago. Then he did a whole bunch of them. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well, a
think
lot
he
of
was
them
just trying to
probably
get
were
him-
filmed before he said what he said. So.
Well, he's probably trying to get in there before he's too old to really like be able to do them. So
Yeah.
I mean, isn't he like 70? He kind of
Yeah.
already is.
I
Then
don't
again,
know, but-
if Harrison Ford is playing Indiana Jones at 80 still, so
yeah, true. But Jacob, what do you think?
Little Women.
Yeah. Well, last night I was literally driving on an ice road with like big trucks coming at me. I didn't know if I was in the middle of the road or the side of the road because I couldn't freaking see because the snow was coming down so hard. So, so screw anything that has to do with an ice road. We're gonna go with Little Women. Yeah, because that shit is terrifying.
Ooh, this could be a tough one. Richie, The Hateful
course
Eight
it is.
or
Tough
Insomnia?
yeah, it's to me because it's a tough one.
Yeah,
Hateful Eight.
yeah. Malcolm.
Before I say, I was about this out. What is the connection between Cocaine Bear and Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson did some cocaine back in the day.
No, Liam Neeson is 70. Cocaine Bear's one Mado's who is also 70.
Okay, interesting. What do you think
But
here?
for this, I'm going to go Insomnia.
Yeah, Jacob.
Oh, Insomnia.
I think I'm gonna go with the Hateful Eight because I think the writing is just a little bit tighter for me, and like they kind of do more when they're just in like a one location. So I'll go with the Hateful Eight. Steven?
Insomnia.
Ooh, might be a little bit of an upset.
Yeah, with Insomnia. That's fine though.
Oh, we got Better Off Dead and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Ooh, this is good. Like a good 80s comedy matchup. Yeah.
I missed that because I was talking. Yeah.
Yeah. And who's first now?
Yeah. Malcolm.
But yeah, Richie, what would you have gone? Planes, Trains, or Empire? But yeah, I'm going Planes, Trains for this matchup anyway.
Yeah. Jacob.
Planes, Trains.
Yeah, I would easily go Steve Martin and John Candy over John Cusack and Curtis Armstrong. So Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Because if you break it down like that, it almost sounds like a no-brainer, but it just depends on what you like. Steven?
Yeah, so because Richie missed it, but I originally actually did go with Empire, and that made it a tie. And so I actually changed to Planes, Trains, even though I haven't seen it, just because I don't really consider Empire to be a winner movie.
Yeah, just on an ice planet. Yeah.
So I haven't seen either of these movies, but I do. I don't really know much about Better Off Dead, but obviously I know enough about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and I actually really do want to see it. So that's the one I'll go with.
Yeah. Better Off Dead is just bizarre. Like, I don't know. It's not bad. but it's not like amazing. It's just weird things, especially like the squid in the bowl for their like dinner. They're sitting around. No, their mom is eccentric. I don't know. It's weird. But it'll be Planes, Trains.
I love how he falls into the garage, the garbage truck. He goes, I can't believe people would throw away a perfectly good white guy.
Oh yeah, a perfectly good white guy. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
I'll go Better Off Dead, but it's probably gonna be Planes, Trains, or whatever.
Yeah, Planes, Trains is moving on.
All right.
And that's the final matchup on this
All
side.
right. So these next ones will be in our Elite Eight poll, I believe. So over in the Showdown Friends and Family group.
Ooh, tough one to start off.
Ooh.
Oh, and I have to go first.
Yep, you're first. Ooh.
Snowpiercer, Eternal Sunshine. I'm gonna go Snowpiercer.
Yeah, this one's easy for me because I think Eternal Sunshine for me is good, but Snowpiercer is great, so I'm gonna go with Snowpiercer. Steven?
This one's easy for me because one I've seen and the other one I haven't.
Yeah.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Make it easy. Richie?
Eternal Sunshine.
Malcolm?
Snowpiercer.
Ooh.
That's kidding. It's fine.
Going to be Snowpiercer.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, Snowpiercer is moving on.
Right.
All right, Jordan up first for Arctic and Misery.
Arctic.
Well, like Arctic seems like one I definitely want to check out, but I haven't yet, so it'll be Misery. Yeah. Steven?
Yeah, I haven't seen Arctic Misery.
Yeah. Richie?
For a movie I haven't seen, you had a good run, Arctic, but I got to go with Misery.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Yeah, I haven't seen either of these, but I'm more intrigued in Misery.
Yeah. Malcolm is intrigued by Misery.
He's intrigued by Misery. That's a very bad thing to say.
Yeah.
That was a very bad quote.
And I would have gone with Arctic, but Misery moves on.
Yeah.
All right, up next, we've got Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe against Mystery Alaska. We're back down to Steven.
Mystery Alaska.
Yep. Richie?
Mystery Alaska.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Narnia.
Jacob?
Narnia.
Ooh. I like them both a lot, but I think I'm going to go Mystery Alaska.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
That was close.
Right.
Yeah. With some Russell Crowe.
I believe this will be our last matchup on this side. We have You've Got Mail going up against Wind River.
All right.
Richie.
All right.
You've Got Mail.
Malcolm.
I've got mail.
Yeah. Jacob.
Wind River.
You've got Wind River. I'll go with Wind River.
That sounds like a disease.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost does.
Wind River.
Yeah, there's a cream for that.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry to tell you, but the diagnosis has come back, and you've got Wind River. Steven?
I can't believe this is close because as much as I enjoy You've Got Mail, it doesn't have anything on Wind River.
No, yeah, I'm the same way.
All right, Wind River moving on. And we go to the other side. We got The Shining. Up against Iron Will.
Ooh, okay.
Malcolm.
Yes, Malcolm.
Yeah, you had a good one, Iron Will, with The Shining.
Yeah. Jacob?
Iron Will.
You know what? Like, I really like Iron Will. I'll go Iron Will. Steven?
The Shining?
It's like, sure.
You don't sound that sure about that, Steve.
Yeah.
I don't love this movie like most people do, but I haven't seen Iron Will.
Hey,
Okay.
I'll let you in on a little secret, Steven. On this show, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No.
The title doesn't have a question mark in it, Stephen. It's not like why him.
Yeah.
Anyway, The Shining.
Yeah, we'll be getting to movies with punctuation at the end in about a month. So that's coming up.
The Shining.
The Shining is moving on?
It's moving on. I go, yeah.
Oh, this matchup.
Oh, man.
Sucks.
Oh.
Cool Runnings going up against The Thing.
All right, who's first?
It's me.
Jacob.
Oh, you get the hard ones, Jacob.
Again. Oh man. Probably because I just rewatched it like a week and a half ago and I absolutely loved it. I'm gonna go Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
And I think it just uses the winter more.
Yeah. And Cool Runnings is a movie that I quote like all the time. Like, hey Senka, you can pee now. Oh, too late. So I'm gonna go with Cool Runnings. Yeah. Steven.
The Thing.
Yeah. Richie.
The Thing.
Malcolm. What's it gonna be?
Yeah, I think we've already upset Austin once by knocking out the heavyweight, so why stop there? Cool Runnings.
Yeah, let's go.
He can't be that upset. He's
Not here, Austin.
he's going to be in Vegas. He can't be that upset.
You had to go to Vegas. You just had to.
All right.
Well, I don't think he's in Vegas yet, is he? He's probably
No. He's
No,
yeah.
I think he's leaving tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, Jordan, you were up first for Frozen and Little Women.
Frozen Little Women.
Yeah.
Little Frozen Women.
Well, as much as I like Frozen Little Women, I'm probably gonna go with Little Women. Probably. So, Steven?
It's a weird phrase to say.
Yeah.
Frozen.
Yeah. Richie.
Little Women walking down the street. Yeah, Little Women.
Yeah.
That's not how the song goes.
Yeah.
In my head, it does.
Yeah. Right. Malcolm.
Little Woman.
Yep. Jacob.
I'm also gonna go with Little Women. But also, side note, the promo video for Austin and Rock at WrestleMania 19 is probably like one of the best video packages they have put together.
Well, but probably just rival it. You know, probably the best one is the one at WrestleMania 17.
Yeah, they're both really good.
So check that out.
They just showed it, and now the Rock's coming out.
Yeah.
Last matchup for round to make it to the Elite Eight, we have Insomnia and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. We're back down to Steven.
Insomnia.
Yeah. Richie.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Insomnia.
Yeah. Jacob.
I'm also going to go with Insomnia.
Yeah, these are some comedy powerhouses in both movies, even though one's not a comedy. So, but I think I got to go with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
All right, but Insomnia is going to move on 3-2.
All right. So we have our Elite Eight. So, which we're kind of getting more in the habit of just like reading off what it is so far. So we got Snowpiercer, Wind River, The Shining, Misery, Cool Runnings, Mystery Alaska, Little Women, the 2019 one, and Insomnia. So yeah, those will be in our poll. So now we can just get to a winner here. Yeah.
All right. Back down to Steven for Snowpiercer and Misery.
Misery.
Yeah. Richie.
Misery.
Malcolm.
Snowpiercer.
Jacob.
Snowpiercer.
And I'm also going to go Snowpiercer.
So, Snowpiercer is the first one to move on to the final four.
All right.
And now we have Mystery Alaska and Wind River.
Yeah.
Richie.
Mystery Alaska.
Malcolm.
Wind River.
Jacob.
Wind River.
Yeah, I got to go Wind River. Steven?
You know, even though Wind River is the better movie, I think I would have actually gone for Mystery Alaska.
All right. Well, it'll be Wind River.
Wind River's moving on. Back up for Shining and Cool Runnings. And Malcolm, you're first.
So, just because I suspect Cool Runnings probably won the winter sports tournament, I'm going to go the Shining.
Yeah. Jacob.
Cool Runnings.
Yeah. I got to go with Cool Runnings. Hey, Senka, what you smoking? I'm not smoking. I'm freezing. Yeah, Cool Runnings. Steven?
I just realized Miracle's not on here.
Yeah,
But,
we should have Miracle. Yeah.
Yeah, but Dawn of the Dinosaurs was.
yeah. And 100 other Ice Age sequels.
Well, I think that like Miracle, if I remember right, maybe it's not a winter movie. It's
It's
just
a
like,
Winter Olympics, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Winter Olympics.
It's just like Cool Runnings. I think they're training for the Winter Olympics.
Well, I don't know. I think Austin had some argument. I can't remember, but I don't know. They're training for the Winter Olympics, which it does take place in the winter, so who knows? But
for this, I'll go once again with The Shining.
Yeah. Richie.
Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
Woo, Cool Runnings. Another 3-2.
Oh yeah, he's first. Yeah. Well, because if you think about like Mighty Ducks 2, that's like hockey, but it takes place in Los Angeles, like not a winter. I mean, it could be winter, but it's just no snow.
But
I mean, I think it's one of those ones. Like for the Mighty Ducks sequels, I don't think they specifically take place during winter. That could be why Austin didn't include those ones.
Yeah, and also I think that Miracle is in Los Angeles for that Olympics. I think so.
I mean, it's still a Winter Olympics.
Yeah,
It's still winter in Los Angeles. It's just kind of cold.
Yep, yeah. Still winter, yeah. All right.
Hey, some tough cuts had to be made, and Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs made it.
Yep, it did. Yep.
I believe I'm up first for Little Women and Insomnia, and I'm going to go with Insomnia.
I think for me, I'm going to go Little Women. Steven?
Insomnia.
Richie?
Little Women.
Malcolm?
Little Woman.
Yeah. Wish you would have thought Little Women would be in the final four. For me, that's kind of a surprise, but it's a good surprise because I like it. So we have our final four. So,
yep. And Jordan, we're going to you first.
Oh,
for
man.
Snowpiercer and Wind River.
Ooh, this one's tough. Oh, because like I don't know, like I'm a big fan of Bong Joon-ho or Joon-ho, however you say it. But yeah. But I think it's one of the most creative concepts for a movie. But I just think that the performances and the way that's put together at Wind River is a little better for me. So I'll go Wind River. Steven?
Wind River.
Yeah. Richie?
Snowpiercer.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Yeah, I think Wind River still hasn't won. I think we've tried to get it to win so many times. But
Yeah.
I'm going to go
I think it's been in the
River.
finals and lost, yeah. Nope. Jacob?
Wind River.
Ooh, and there it is in the finals again. But it's never
And
won.
then back down to Steven. We've got Cool Runnings and Little Women.
Yeah.
Little Women.
Yeah. Richie.
Make the final match easy for me.
Yeah.
I guess either
I
one.
don't want easy matches. Cool Running.
I mean, actually, either one of these would be easy since I don't remember Cool Runnings.
Yeah. You vote, Richie?
Yeah, Cool Runnings.
Okay. Malcolm?
Yeah, this is tough for me, but I really do love Little Woman, but I'm going to go Cool Runnings. So.
Yeah. Jacob?
Cool Runnings.
Yep. I see pride. I see power. I see a badass mother who don't take no crap off of nobody. I gotta go Cool Runnings.
I was waiting you to do that whole speech and then reveal your vote for Little Women.
Yeah. Little
right,
Women,
Richie.
because that cool speech.
All right. Cool Runnings.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Just because I think Cool Runnings has won a tournament, I'm going to go Wind River.
You know what? They can win too.
Yeah.
I'm also going Wind River.
Yeah, I gotta go with Cool Runnings. Yeah. Steven. Oh, you were first, huh? Right?
No, actually,
No, he's the last vote.
Okay, you're the last vote.
I guess if you're saying that it's come close to winning before and it hasn't yet, I guess Wind River just won its first tournament fights. Then.
Ooh, all right.
I believe it's one.
I'm not mad about it.
I believe this is its second. I believe it won one of the. I believe it won 128 part 1 for 2017 movies.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't remember. The only one they will know is Austin, but
well, it's that good. It could be a 2-time.
I mean, I was getting it to that far just because I thought it hadn't won a tournament. So
Yeah, I thought it. Well, I wasn't sure, honestly.
I didn't want to bring it up until after it won because.
okay.
Somebody change your vote.
Yeah. But no, it's one of those ones. Like I'm pretty sure Cool Runnings has won the winter sports tournament. So I mean, it wouldn't.
I don't know. It won something.
So I mean, I think they both have won a tournament. If that's
Did
the
it win?
case.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then there we go. We don't have Austin with all those facts here. So, but yeah, this was fun though. So yeah, we can get the winter stuff out of the way because I say that because I just want to get winter out of here. Like I hate winter. So
I'm sure Jeremy Renner wants to get winter out of the way too. You got fucking money.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
man, we're like still under by almost 15 minutes, 3 hours.
We're doing pretty
yeah.
well.
We only had 5 of us tonight instead of 6, so that probably helped a little bit. And also too, like it's been such a bad winter for me here. Our freaking snowblower broke, so we can't even snowblow our driveway. We can use a shovel, but it goes way faster with a snowblower. But earlier today, our neighbor lives behind us just came in and just cleared out our driveway with his snowblower without even like saying anything. He just did it. I'm like, that's cool. That's a nice thing to do.
In the Philadelphia area, we've had no major snowstorms, and it's actually been a pretty warm winter for the most part.
Well, good for you. Why don't you rub it in, Steven?
Look at Steven just breaking over there. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it has the snow here. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that was fun, guys. Thanks again. We'll just do some plugs and that'll do it. So might be one of our shortest episodes. So Steven, where can we find you?
You can find me all over social media, just at my name. And I don't know when I'm supposed to be on here next.
I'll have to look because it may not be for a minute, but
I think you said it on the 8th. I'm supposed to be back.
Oh yeah, that's for the 2014 part 1. You are on that one, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're on part 1, and I think that's all for 2014. But yeah, so yeah, we'll see you back then. Richie, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on here, Tournament Fights. I think it'll be the next one I'll be on is the Friday, the best movie duos.
Yeah.
So you can catch me there. Catch me on tier ranker sometimes. Catch me on Lonely Marks on this channel. The next we're doing a ECW and Sci-Fi card from our draft we did, and then we're doing an NXT draft 2012 to 2015, I believe, is the one we decided on. So it should be fun. on Thursday. So yeah, and then catch me doing wrestling and movie trivia on JPO's channel. You can catch me doing wrestling trivia on Combat Wrestling Trivia on Chris Cass's Twitch channel. Catch me do it on I did on my own doing my own podcast with my friend Robert Cameron. Telling us streaming just about 2 movies. We just uploaded a new episode yesterday, last night. Frank and Hooker, a lot of fun. It was fun. It's a fun movie, and we're going to record another episode tonight. Atlantic Rim, Pacific Rim.
So, Atlantic Rim, nice.
Atlantic Rim. Still gotta watch it. I gotta watch it right after this. So that's gonna be fun. So yeah, check it out for that. And then other than that, I'm around. So yeah.
Nice. Sounds good. Malcolm, where can we find you?
You can find me hosting Rankum every Sunday. We're finally going to do the Animal Tech movies this week, and both Richie and Jordan are going to be there. I also host Gone for the Win, and that's on every Monday. We're going and if you haven't voted already, vote on the Gone for the Win awards. That nominations are out there now, and it's now time to vote to find out the winners of it. Some categories have more nominations than others, but it's my award show. I don't care.
Nice.
And you can also find me hosting trivia matches over on Full Metal. Got Andy Sedaris coming up on Friday. We did have some other ones, but they got moved because,
It would be Andy Sedaris, not to be confused with
Andy Sedaris, the famous director of Day of the Warrior that Richie covered on his show.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, where can we find you?
You can find me going to bed very, very soon.
Yeah.
No, you can catch me here at Tournament Fights Tier Ranker. We just did our tier ranker for animated movies from 2017 up to 2022. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Go check that out and see what made the top 10. Lonely Marks, as Richie said, a podcast about movies, me and Austin. We just did a blind ranking, and then our next episode, which will be not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, we'll be diving into the Rocky franchise with the release of Creed 3. And so we'll just be going movie by movie and giving our thoughts on it, and it should be fun. I'm very, very curious to watch the director's cut of Rocky 4 and kind of make those comparisons with the version that we've got. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. I wish I'm looking at these wrestling drafts you guys are doing for Lonely Marks. I wish we could finally get something done for the NBA one, because I've been trying to put that together since last November, and people just aren't available that are big enough fans. So someday we'll do that, because I'd like to. But you can find us all over the social media, Movie Hero 2121 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on my personal Instagram that I post way more on. It is Jordan83616. You can find this poll tomorrow, because I'll be doing it, so I'll make sure it's up tomorrow with the Elite 8 over on the Schmodown Friends and Family group. And then for our Patreon, we're getting ready to film some more episodes of the Seen and Heard trivia. We'll be doing this Sunday, and we're actually going to do it live. Oh, hi. Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna do it live. What the heck is that?
What is that?
Damn, I accidentally pressed TikTok on my phone.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, is someone trying to troll us? But yeah. So we're gonna do our next trivia match live on YouTube, because of the copyright content. As soon as it's done, I have to immediately pull it down, and it's going to be over on the Patreon. So if you want to catch it for free, just tune in at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and you can see if anyone can take down our current champion, Moose Haas. And if you miss it live, then you can go see it on the Patreon for just $1. That's the cheapest I could make it. So, it's not too bad. And then also on our Patreon, we'll be doing some exclusive podcast episodes. We have a draft coming up that's going to be a superhero draft. So that'll be coming up soon. We'll be making some announcements. We don't have a date set yet for it, but it'll be within the next 2-3 weeks or so. But and I'll be getting back into some Snack Hero and some video game streaming. I want to do this thing because they're currently selling Girl Scout cookies. So I had this idea that I want to compare every flavor of Girl Scout cookies where they have the same flavor of Keebler cookies, and I want to compare and figure out which one's better, because for me, I like grasshoppers better than Thin Mints, so that's one of those things. So it'd be fun to do some comparisons, I thought. But and then just some episodes that we have coming up for Tournament Fights and Tier Ranker. We have our best movie duos coming up Friday, which I'm excited about. The graphics Malcolm made, they're really cool. You won't be able to be on it, but you're nice enough to make the graphics for it. So, and we're gonna have a really unique panel, because that episode, Austin's out of town, so my usual co-host, and then most of the regulars you see on this channel are all busy except for Richie. So he'll be there, but everyone else
shooting kids with Nerf guns.
Oh, nice. Well, all the rest of the panel will just be unique people that don't appear very often, if ever, on the show. So it'll be fun, actually. I kind of like that. But and then we'll be doing Malcolm's Part 2. That's coming up on Monday, March 6th. It's Part 2 of his 128 favorite movies. Then we'll have our 2014 Best of Ladder series. That'll be a 3-part series. Then we're going to be doing Best Movie Teams. If you want to find out more, just tune in to that episode. It's going to be about groups of people from movies. Which one do you like better? Which group? We're not voting on the movie. We're voting on the specific group that we like better. We'll be doing Best Found Footage movies. It'll be soon. Then we'll have Steven Shepard's 128 championship. So we're finally getting around to that one. And then for the Oscars, we have an A24 versus Neon match. So that'll be our pretentious episode of Tournament Fights. And then, yeah, for like a lot of them, not for all of them, but yeah. And then we also will be getting into our next animated tier ranker, which we're gonna jump around a little bit. Best movies from it'll be 1989 or earlier, so anything before 1990 will all be in one day.
To Snow White.
Yeah, so it should be fun. So that's kind of what we have going on for about the next month. So, and also, if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, that's probably the most helpful thing you can do for to help us out, because we're doing a big push to reach 200 subscribers. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot for us, and we're going to be doing a Dawn of the Dead 4K box set giveaway. So if you have a 4K, then you'll be eligible for that. So anyone, even people in this panel, you're all eligible for that. So it'll be just chosen at random. So yeah, but that's where we can find us, and that'll do it for us tonight. So thanks again, guys, and for Steven, for Richie, for Malcolm, for Jacob. I've been Jordan, the Movie Hero Anderson, and we will see you next time.